Baba wetu uliye mbinguni, we worship you and we exalt you. We give you all the glory and we give you all the honor for this new day that the Lord you have given unto us. And we will rejoice and be glad in it. We want to thank you for this day 4th of the Kingdom Business and Professionals Expo and Conference. And we want to thank you that, Lord, you have been with us, and would say that Ebenezer, this far, the Lord, you have enabled us. We thank you for the exhibitors who have been here. We thank you for the delegates who have been coming. We thank you for the transaction in business that has taken place. And now, Lord, as we get into this session where we'll be interacting with the government agencies, KEBS and KRA, oh Lord, how I pray that it will be helpful. We'll get information that will help each and every person in business or in professional to be compliant, so that together we can be able to work together for the growth of the businesses and for the glory of your holy name. And so we commit this session unto you, praying that, Lord, may your divine presence be with us. For in Jesus' precious and holy name we pray. Amen. Amen. So ukiwa hapo, unaweza kuwa uko na swali, unaweza andika swali. Pengine kuna message ilikuja kwa simu yako na huielewi. Pengine ilikuwa inaongea juu ya e-teams, pengine ilikuwa inaongea juu ya receipts, the invoices that you must have e-teams, the invoice for you to be able to file your returns. What does that mean? What if you bought things from somebody, maybe mkulima ambaye hakuwa na hiyo, hakukupatia hiyo, itatritiwa namna gani? Hiyo maswali yote, usikaache swali lolote ndani yako, ulize maswali yote ambayo uko naye. And so this is an interactive session. Na sio session ya kwamba mtu wa KRA ama mtu wa KEBS atakumark na ajue hiyo biashara huyo tutafuata. Hapana. Here it is passage of information, of knowledge, because information is power. And you know they say ignorance is no defense. Huwezi kusema sikujua ndio maana sikufanya. Hapana. So in the opportunity, kama kuna swali uko naye, kama there's somebody alinifuata jana, na simuoni hapa, alinifuata jana baada ya session ya jioni, akaniambia naona hao KRA wamenitumia message, naona kama wameni overcharge. Nikamwambia sasa hiyo sina jibu, wacha nikupeleke kwa booth ya KRA ili uweze kwenda kufanya nini? Uulize hiyo swali na uwaonyeshe. Unfortunately, wakati tulienda it was 6:15 walikuwa wameshaondoka. Nikamwambia sasa leo asubuhi ufike ili waone hapo, na pia kutakuwa na session ili aweze kuuliza hiyo maswali. Na so kuwa free, usikasikie uko na una tatuishi ama una shaka ama unaona kama there's no victimization. This is a very good forum. The more question you ask, the more information they will give you. So usikarudi na swali. And so to take us in this session, I want to welcome Sylvia Wanja akuja akaweze kuendelea. Karibu sana, tumkaribishe kwa makofi anapokuja hapa kwenye jukwaa akaweze kutuendesha. Karibu sana Sylvia.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. How are we this beautiful afternoon? Tuko salama? Amazing. So we are about to start with this Q&A session. Mostly itakuwa Q&A, but before that, tunataka kuelewa KRA ni kina nani, okay? KEBS ni kina nani, and how are they instrumental in our businesses? Si tulisema Radio. Karibu sana, we are having a session ndani ya Kingdom Business Expo and Conference 2026. Na tuko hapa kwa ground, NCCC grounds, opposite Kingdom Seekers Fellowship. Day 4, we've had an amazing time. Tumeweza kujifunza mambo mengi. We've had keynote speakers who have really impacted everything that we are doing right now. And we have said businesses are going to be transformed in the mighty name of Jesus. Now, without further ado, wacha tupate fursa ya kuweza kuanza ili tujue who do we have with us, both KRA and KEBS, and get to understand better as these bodies, KRA, KEBS. Tunajua kuna memes zinakuwa sana when it comes to KRA. Unasikia KRA wakikuja ni hivyo, wanakufanya ukue bankrupt. Wakikutafuta tu hivi wakukamate, huna pesa, biashara imeisha hivyo. So we want to know, is that what really KRA does? And this is where we're going to answer it. So we're going to start first with an introduction for people to get to know you better. And then we're going to get now to understanding what KRA and KEBS are all about.
Thank you, Silva. My name is Kuria Dennis. I come from Kenya Revenue Authority. I sit at Nakuru branch. We are situated at Generations House. There is so much misconception about KRA. We'll be handling them later. But generally, I come from a department called Taxpayer Experience. Taxpayer Experience is basically a department that deals with how you access our services. And that's where we come with the tax education and also facilitating you to access our services. If you're stuck, just look for us. We'll facilitate you on how to access or do the things that you're supposed to.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Let us get to you, sir, from KEBS. You can introduce yourself as we start.
Good afternoon. My name is Engineer Mahmoud Ibrahim Madope from Kenya Bureau of Standards. Kenya Bureau of Standards, we have an office in Nakuru, an office that handles all services that are provided by KEBS to the South Rift region. And the South Rift region expands from all the way from Bomet, Narok, up to including Baringo, Nakuru itself, which is the headquarters for South Rift, and then Nyandarua, Laikipia, and Samburu. So we cover up to 9 counties. Myself, I come from a department called Quality Assurance or Product Certification. We are the ones who certify products that you see in the market. And I believe we will discuss more about how we go about the certification process. Also, there are many more activities. Recently, we have opened laboratories in Nakuru. So we do testing of products in Nakuru. So that means if you apply for KEBS permit, the testing period or the TAT for the turnaround time for testing is now way shorter and the service provided much faster. We're also very friendly. KEBS has always taken a customer-centric approach. And we have always focused on providing service to the people, a service that is easier to access and closer to the people. And we have also gone online on our applications. You don't have to come to our office, but in as much as it's open for you to come anytime, you can access our services online. All our services generally online, unless it's about product testing, which has to be done physically. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Engineer Mohammed. That was really, really nice. The fact that mongelea kuhusu customer experience. We've all had experiences different tukienda kwa these government offices. Sindio? Kila mtu ako na hiyo testimony moja yenye anaweza peana, nilienda and I wasn't served in the right way. But now if customer experience is introduced in our government, it makes it easier. Now, Mr. Dennis, let us talk about what KRA is in layman terms. Ule mtu anaanza biashara ni mdogo, anataka kuelewa KRA ni nini. Utamueleza KRA ni nini and what do you guys do?
Okay. That's a very big question, but I'll try to answer it through the simplest terms I can. Kenya Revenue Authority, yes, it's there, and we try to facilitate people. Okay, when it comes to our responsibilities, I know when you ask someone out there, what is the responsibility of KRA? The first answer will be to collect taxes. Do you know you are wrong?
Oh, there's more. Okay, let us.
You are wrong. You are wrong.
Okay.
The work of KRA, the main work of KRA is to facilitate tax collection. I repeat, facilitate. Facilitation comes because it's not KRA which determines how much taxes are supposed to be paid. Then once you pay, the money doesn't come to KRA per se. It goes to
The government.
the government.
Okay.
Then from there, the money is used from one vote. Then it's dispersed to various parts. Then there is something that I would like to ask, and probably you can answer me. Is it good to pay taxes?
Even the Bible tells us, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
So we should pay.
Yes, we should.
Is that something that we hold, all of us, the crowd?
Do we all agree that we should pay taxes?
Is it good to pay, or
I
we
can see
should
people
cease
nodding.
completely? It's good to pay.
Yeah.
Next question. Would you encourage other people to pay the correct amount of taxes?
The stipulated amount.
Yes. Would you yourself encourage other people to pay the correct taxes?
Yes, I would, as a patriot of the country.
Would you encourage other people? Are we good with that one?
Yes.
Next question. Would you encourage yourself to pay the correct amount of taxes?
Yes, I would.
Would you strive to pay the correct amount of taxes yourself?
Would we? Would we encourage ourselves to pay the right amount of taxes? Yes.
And the last question, do you pay the correct amount? If no, why? Now, that's where KRA comes in to answer that last question. One, there are people who are out there. The reason why they are not able to pay the correct taxes, either they don't have the knowledge,
the information
or how much how they can pay the taxes,
Yeah.
or sometime that's where now the coercive force comes, where there's someone who is doing tax evasion, and we do what we call tax assessment.
Tax assessment. Okay.
So the responsibility of KRA is, one, to facilitate tax collection, because we have agreed that it's good to pay taxes. We know because it's good because we know how the taxes are used, or how they are supposed to be used.
Okay. Do you follow up on that as well? Kama KRA tukishalipa taxes, do you follow up on ensuring ya kwamba zimetumika vizuri?
Now, that is where now I'm insisting on the mandate of KRA. The mandate of KRA is just to facilitate that
the collection.
Sylvia has paid and has paid the correct amount. From there, now it's taken by other government bodies.
So yenyu naishia tu hapo kwa kucollect.
Yes.
How it is used, you have no hand in it.
We have zero control. Actually, let me shock you.
Yeah.
It's us who collect, but for us to get money from the government, you have to, quote unquote, beg.
Oh, you lazima.
Quote unquote, beg the government. Yes.
Yeah.
We want to do this and this and this. Please give us this amount.
And this amount.
We cannot use the amount, despite it's us who are helping the money to be collected. We can't use it.
You can't spend it.
We can't.
You have to go through the proper channels for you to also get funded.
Yes. The same way other government institutions go to, quote unquote, beg or ask for money from the government. The same way, on the same table, KRA sits there and asks for money to be allocated to us.
Okay.
So the main work is to facilitate the collection, the money to get there. And now to the question, the further question that I was talking about, those who do not pay the correct amount, that's where we come in.
Yeah.
Either we educate you, if you are, the problem is information.
Yeah.
If it's a problem of you don't know how to access the system, that's why we have a whole department called Taxpayer Experience. And their department is supposed to help you access the services. Then if with all that you don't pay because of you don't want to pay, we come to the third option, a tax assessment. Tax assessment is basically someone who, for some reasons, doesn't want to pay the correct amount.
For taxes. Okay.
Yes. For example, someone is supposed to pay, maybe he was supposed to pay like 50,000, but ended up doing something and ends up paying 10,000. What do? We come and tell him or her, no, you lied here. Kindly top up the additional 40. And because you lied, there is a penalty and interest attributed to that.
That you have to pay.
Yes.
The penalty, is it a big sum?
The penalty is a percentage of the amount you tried to run away with.
Oh. Oh.
So
Okay.
very rare will you find that the amount you try to run away with is 40,000, then the penalty is 100,000. No.
Okay. It's within the
It's
range.
a percentage of the amount you try to run away with. So if you hear someone saying that I was penalized 100,000 for not paying,
Yeah.
it's because the amount that you try to run away with is a huge amount
Of money.
However, there are offenses that someone can commit, and it ends up being a penalty without a principal tax. For example,
Yeah.
you did what we call, there is what do you call it? Diversion of goods. You are supposed to carry a product from point A to point 2, a foreign country.
Yeah.
You diverted the goods, then you are caught. Yes, there might not be taxes that you are supposed to pay, but you went against a law.
Oh.
Or you
Yeah.
tried to smuggle goods
Into the country.
What happens? You'll have a penalty for contravening a specific law.
So you have to pay.
The penalty. Then the penalties are governed by a specific legal provision. There are those provisions.
Still under the KRA.
Still, it's scary doing it, but
Yeah.
the policies have already been approved through the legal process. We know how policies are formed through our representation. And I underline our
representation. Yeah.
So it's
The leaders
us.
that we choose.
It's us
Yeah.
through our representation. That's the third the obligation of the KRA.
Okay.
And the last one is to facilitate business.
Facilitate business.
Business facilitation.
Okay.
How we facilitate is for someone who is dealing with import and export. At some point, your goods has to go back to pass by KRA. If it's import,
Yeah.
the goods will have to pass by KRA. If it's an export, there is a very important document that you get from KRA.
Yeah.
We call it an certificate of origin.
Certificate of origin.
Yes.
Okay.
This certificate will help your product get a competitive advantage when it goes out there for countries that Kenya and those governments has already formed a MOU.
A memorandum of understanding.
Yes. They have agreed that goods from Kenya will
Yeah.
get these provisions and they'll be taxed less, or they get preferential treatment in those countries. So with that certificate of origin,
Yeah.
you'll be able to benefit from that. Then when it comes to in here, we help you pay your taxes
Yeah.
easily, the best we can. Then again, we ensure that every person is paying the rightful amount of taxes,
That they
so
should
that's to eliminate the issue of having a competitive advantage against your competitor on the grounds that you are not paying your taxes.
Oh, wow. That is a lot that we have to process, especially as business people who are seated here. Ya kwamba ni muhimu uweze kulipa taxes because it is your obligation, okay? For you to pay taxes. I hope now tumeweza kuelewa vizuri sana what the work of KRA is. We have understood what KRA does. It collects, it facilitates the process of collecting the taxes, but it does not have a hand in venye inatumika, okay? Kazi yao tu ni kufacilitate collection. Na kazi inasimamia hapo. Sawa sawa? Okay, let us get to Engineer Mohammed. You shared with us about KEBS, and maybe you can tell us deeper into details, because tunajua tu KEBS, we see it on packs of products that we purchase, yeah? So maybe you can share with us better, KEBS inafanya nini? Na kama mimi niseme labda I'm starting a business, I'm creating a product pale nyumbani. Do I really need, seme ni mayai nauza, ama ni maziwa nauza pale nyumbani. Do I really need a KEBS certification for me to sell my products? Share with us.
Thank you very much. I think I'll start from the last question, that if I'm selling, I'm packing mayai or selling milk at home, do I need KEBS? That's a very important question, and it is a yes. And the reason as to why you need it will come. So KEBS, there's something my colleague spoke about. The last point he said, trade facilitation. KEBS does what's called trade facilitation as its major role, as its major mandate. How do we facilitate trade? For example, you are packing mayai. So uko na kuku 100, unatengeneza per day unaweza tengeneza mayai 100, si ndio? If all of them are laying, right? Now with that 100 eggs, you cannot just give to your neighbors 100 eggs and they use in the same day. Considering tomorrow you're also going to produce the same 100 and the day after. So it will create an oversupply of mayai within your neighborhood, right? So where do you want to go for your mayai to get more customers?
You'll sell maybe to hotels.
To hotels.
Find bigger market elsewhere.
Bigger markets.
Yeah.
And the easiest one would be to take it to Naivas or any other supermarket around, right?
New Kweli.
So what will supermarket require? You package it properly, you brand it properly so that it looks presentable to customers. And then when you step to the door of the supermarket, the first question they will ask you is your product certified by KEBS?
So in order for you to supply to
Yes.
a big company such as say a supermarket ama upeleke pale kwa hoteli, lazima ukuwe na certification ya KEBS.
That's the first question they will ask you, is it certified by KEBS? Before they even start negotiating the price,
Yeah.
they will tell you, is it certified by KEBS?
Wow.
And then now the answer you give here is a yes or no. And they will even sometimes direct you to where we are in our office until you go to KEBS and get the standardization mark. So in that story, have we facilitated trade? Are we facilitators of you doing business and going to the market, right? So that was an answer to your question that do you need KEBS? Yes, indeed you need the KEBS. So KEBS, what we do is called, you can summarize our mandate in just 4 letters.
Yeah.
SMCA.
SMCA.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what KEBS does. S is for standardization.
Yeah.
So we develop the standards in this country. If you talk of this pen has a standard that describes what a pen should be and what quality parameters should a pen have. So we develop those standards and put them in the market for people to buy and produce their pens and every other product according to that standard.
Okay.
That's for standardization. We do metrology. Metrology, mostly confused with what you call meteorology. Metrology is the science of measurement.
Okay.
So if you have 1 kg at your home, how accurate is that 1 kg is now comes to metrology.
You have
So
to measure.
KEBS is the National Metrology Institute in Kenya.
Yeah.
And we do calibration of all kind of equipment, including when we are speaking here, we are making noise, right? So you will want to know, are we bothering our neighbors? Like the people on those tents being bothered by our noise. So how do we measure noise? We measure it in decibel. We have a unit of measure for noise, right?
Yeah.
So the person measuring that noise, how do you know he's measuring it accurately? So that equipment has to be calibrated in reference to a national standard or an international standard. So that national or international standard for Kenya is in KEBS. And we do primary calibration for those kind of equipment.
Okay.
Yes. So that cuts across not just sound, weight, temperature. If you have a factory or even say you're boiling your mayai for the market,
Yeah.
the temperature measurement that you're doing, we calibrate those equipment for you, for you to make sure that you're actually boiling it at the right temperature. This now becomes very important when you go to precision industries that require precision control, and like for example, the complaint that you have, maybe you weigh something here, then when you take it to the supermarket, it weighs different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So those are taken care of by KEBS in terms of metrology. Now. The CA, they're normally they're explained together as conformity assessment. This is now where the bulk of our services are. And conformity assessment starts with, we have product certification.
Yeah.
Like the way I've explained to you, the mayai you produce or the milk you package at your home or in your small factory, that is, we certify it for you so that you can take it to the market. That is part of conformity assessment.
Yeah.
We are assessing that product. Does it conform with with the standard that we had initially developed at the start. Yes. We have market surveillance.
Yeah.
When you produce product and take it to the market, we don't just leave at the certification. We also go after that product to the market and say, this product that you have manufactured and put it at the shelf, does it still meet the requirement to which we have certified it? I don't know if I'm going too technical. You will tell me to stop.
Tupeleke polepole in
Yes, yes.
break down tu tuelewe. By the time tunatoka hapa tunaambia watu KEBS ni nini huko nje.
Yes. So once you put a product to the shelf, KEBS sends officers to go to that supermarket where you have put the product and pick a sample.
Oh.
We actually pay money, buy that sample from the supermarket without telling you that we have bought your product. So once we pick that product, we take it to our laboratory, test it.
Yeah.
If it is compliant, it's compliant, nothing happens. You have made the rules, nobody gets in touch with you, is good. But if it's non-compliant, KEBS does contact you and tell you, by the way, this product you have produced is non-compliant, and these are the non-compliances. These are issues that you have failed to meet.
Yeah.
And then you are told to do corrective action, and the whole process of investigation starts. So you do your corrective action, you submit that corrective action to KEBS.
Yeah.
If something that endangers the safety of consumers and the environment, then we even go as far as tell you that specific batch. Let's say, for example, the batch you produced this week, and that is the one that has a problem we have sampled from. We tell you, recall that batch from all the places you have put and bring it to the factory, either for destruction or rework. So you can either destroy it, or if it's something that can be corrected, then we allow you to rework the product and put it to the shelf after we are satisfied that you have corrected the problem. Yes, that is another part of conformity assessment.
Yeah.
We have laboratories where we test the product themselves.
Yeah.
So I've told you certification. When we're certifying your product, we do testing. When we are going to the market, we do testing.
Yeah.
So all this testing happens in our own laboratories. And we have, I think KEBS has, I can easily say that we have the biggest and the best laboratories in the country.
Oh, wow.
And even in the region. And we have labs in Nairobi.
Yeah.
That is our headquarters in South Sea, Popo Road.
Yeah.
That's the KEBS headquarters. We have labs in our regional offices. One being Nakuru.
Yeah.
We now have laboratories in Nakuru where we can test your products.
Yeah.
We also have labs in Eldoret, Kisumu, Moyale, Meru. So we have all across the country, including Mombasa.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, you can access our services. So these laboratories provide several services, not just testing. They're also the reference laboratory. They provide proficiency testing and reference material for other laboratories to improve the business of also testing, because we have private testing in the country. We have private service providers for testing.
Okay.
So for these ones, to improve their competence, to improve their capabilities, we provide them with reference material.
Yeah.
We provide them with what's called proficiency testing, where they test, we give them a sample, they test, we compare with our results.
Yeah.
And then we see how far they are from the correct measurement, so that they can now improve on
the
testing.
product.
So we also support that segment of the market so that they can test the products better. So those are the services of KEBS. On top of that, we provide what's called training on standardization or matters pertaining standardization. So when we develop standards, like for example, today you talk of ISO standards. KEBS is the Kenyan representative of ISO. So when an ISO standard is in place, first, the easiest one you can access is what's called the quality management system, ISO 9001. You will find organizations put as a label hapo, ISO certified. So KEBS one does training on those ISO standards and disseminates information regarding the standardization through our National Quality Institute. So we have a National Quality Institute that does training. We provide training in ISO standards, quality management practices, a lot of things. So we also provide in collaboration with where did I forget this? This institution that does examination for CPA. Remind me the name. CASNEP.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah,
I forgot that.
Yeah.
So in collaboration with CASNEP, we provide certification for quality practitioners.
Yeah.
Where if you are a quality practitioner that has been in the field for a very long time, you can go to CASNEP, do an examination for what's called Certified Quality Practitioner, CQP, and you get certified, an equivalent of a degree.
Yeah.
That once you are certified, now you have the authority to practice and lead quality matters in a factory or an organization or something like that. So we also provide diploma in quality management. This is also a
Okay.
course that is provided by KEBS. So that is now the training part. Then the other part is what we call certification. So when you see an organization has written in its letter or in its logo, ISO certified,
Yeah.
what they mean is actually certified by KEBS.
So ukiona hiyo ISO na
ISO
KEBS, it's one and the
certified.
same thing.
Okay.
Ama ziko under one umbrella.
Yes, so it's like this. The ISO standard, KEBS has a department called KEBS Certification Body. What we do is, if you have an organization that has like, for example, you have a bank, or even like this setup, you provide these services like the TV, you have a process and everything.
Yeah.
So we come, train you, and then conduct what you call a conformity audit based on that standard that you have chosen. Then we certify you. We give you an authority to use a logo that indicates ISO certified. Yeah. So that is
Okay.
now what you call a certification for organizations. So you will find KEBS is an ISO certified organization.
Yeah.
I think ARA is also an ISO certified organization. So there are so many ISO certified organizations,
Yeah.
which a significant number of them, it's KEBS who certifies. Of course, now KEBS itself is certified by another organization that's above us. Yes.
Okay. So that means for KEBS, hamko specifically working with products peke yake, even organizations that offer services kama hizi.
Yes.
There's also a process of certification
Certification.
through training.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's
Wow.
called system certification. So the certification is product certification
Yeah.
and system certification. System is when you certify your systems. How
Yeah.
do you handle your employees? How do you handle your processes? All those are system certification.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, KEBS has all those activities under one umbrella. So maybe quickly I want to mention that something that is easily coming up very soon.
Yeah.
What we call the Kenya Quality Award.
Kenya Quality Award.
Yes. It's an activity like this where we recognize the best in terms of matters quality.
Oh, wow.
It can be an organization, it can be a product, all those. So I also invite members to participate in that.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's accessible on our online platforms and also on our website.
Okay.
Thank you.
Business people, meskia kuna awards. Quality Kenya
Quality Awards. KQ.
Quality Awards. Kwa hivyo, as business people, let's make sure that our products ziko good quality. Ndo to join awards like this and we bring these awards home. Sindio? It's very possible. Tulisema excellence. There's someone who said mahali, excellence is the new evangelism. Sawa sawa? Excellence is the new evangelism. We have seen it right here ndani ya Expo, pia kwa biashara zetu, na si neema itoshe. Ama vipi? Okay. So let us go to Mr. Dennis. You shared about what KRA does. And now for business people, kwa sababu wengi wetu ambao tumekaa hapa, we are business people. What tools are there in KRA that we need to know about? Zenye zitatusaidia kuweza build our businesses, take them to the next levels. Are there exemptions for certain things? Tell us, what tools do you as KRA have yenye itatusaidia sisi kama wanabiashara kukua? Siku penalties tu peke yake, ni wapi tunaweza saidika?
Thank you. Okay. One, tumekubaliana. We are all are supposed to pay taxes. Tulikubaliana hiyo. Tunafaa kulipa. Now the problem comes how to pay.
True.
Now, first, the primary system we have is what we call iTax, as the primary system that facilitates people on doing everything. And the good thing with that system is it's accessible anywhere, anytime, as long as you have internet. And you can do more than 99.9% of our services
Online.
Through
iTax.
Yes, on your own. The way KRA has tried to do its things is that you can do things without precisely having a KRA person in place. You can do it everything by yourself.
Yeah.
We know we are going to this, we are in this era of automation on everything.
Yeah.
In a way that you don't need a human being
Akwe hapo na wewe.
hapo na wewe.
Yeah.
You can do everything by yourself. You can do filing, you can do payment, you can do tax compliance application. You can do literally everything by yourself. Over 99% of the services.
Yeah.
Now, on top of iTax, there are other regulations that we have, and depending on which type of business you are in, you might need other additional supporting systems. For example, currently we have what we call eTeams.
Yeah.
You might have heard it. Teams and eTeams, sometimes we use them interchangeably. Teams and eTeams basically is a system. Okay, Teams in full, that's an abbreviation. Teams is tax invoice management system. Then when you add E at the beginning, it becomes electronic tax invoice management
Systems. Okay.
Basically, this is a system that came up to help people issue valid invoices.
Issue valid invoices.
Valid invoices.
Okay.
And the invoices that can be standardized. Our friend just spoke about standardization. Standardized in that sometimes back you would receive an invoice. Someone was using handwritten. Someone is a system.
Yeah.
When it comes to invoice number, you had all sorts of invoice numbers. You find someone is using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Someone is using ABCD.
Yeah.
Someone has 3 characters. Some has 20 characters. Someone has all sorts of invoice numbers. Now we came up with a standard so that we can have a standard way or standard method of issuing invoices. And again, since every one of us are supposed to be paying the taxes based on your business, the system was made in a way that it can communicate with our primary system, iTax.
Okay.
So
they are combined.
They are communicating.
Communicating, not combined.
No.
They're still different.
They're still different systems.
Okay.
So what you do on eTeams or Teams is transmitted to iTax.
Your iTax.
Because again, after doing your business, at the end of the period, you need to file your returns. And we need to differentiate between filing and paying. Because kwa village unasikia watu wakiulizana umelipa KRA by the way.
It is true. A very common question tunaulizananga huko nje.
Umelipa KRA. There is a difference between kulipa na kufile.
Na kufile. So yenye tunaitanga kulipa ni kufile.
File.
Kulipa ina happeningi the moment we purchase products ama ina happeningi at what point?
Okay. Wacha tuanze na kufile. Kufile ni nini? Kufile basically ni, okay, in English wacha niseme ni could declare what you did.
In terms of money.
Yeah, how did your business perform, or you are like you and me, we are employed.
Yes.
You declare how much did you earn?
How much did you get paid?
How much were you paid? How much did you trade? Those questions.
Yeah.
Now, once that's what we call declare your income.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes your income is 0.
So you declare
You
zero,
declare
nil. Okay.
Sometimes you are employed like you and me, and you declare that I got X. My employer deducted Y. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Now, after filing, that's where now KRA comes in through the various laws, and we come and tell you, okay, you earned this. Then, according to the law, you need to pay this. And what you pay is a percentage of what you did. So, if you did a 0, a percentage of 0 is 0. Nothing to pay.
Yeah.
But if you're in business, then a percentage of the income you earn from the business, then there is something to be paid. That's when you go ahead and make the payment. If you are an employee, then you are paid a certain amount. The employer deducted a certain amount. If the employer did the correct computation, then there is nothing to be paid at the end of the period. So we are in what we call a 0 position. But sometimes the employer does 2 types of errors. Either deducts you more or deducts you less.
Okay.
Then you will end up either with a refund or a payable position.
So lazima kuwe careful kutrack.
Yes.
Kujua. And you do that through your site. You have to have a portal called iTax.
The portal is there available to everyone. As far as you can pins, as far as you have registered for a pin, you have access to it. Now, going back to the teams and the eTeams, the system was made in a way that once you generate that receipt, it's transmitted to our systems. Then a regulation came in that there was a problem. Okay, going to that ile as part nilisema, we do tax assessment.
Yeah, tax
assessment.
Yeah.
So the teams and the e-teams was made in a way it has its own regulation. And kwa hizi regulation inasema for you to claim an expense. Basically these are watu wa business.
Yeah.
Unapata a business inauza a certain product. Assuming it's the mic and the speaker you're selling. You're selling at a certain value. But the speaker is not how kujitengenezea ama ukupewa ulinunua from someone else. You need to, for you to claim that you are selling this product at, let's say, 10,000, but you bought it at 8. For you to legally claim that you bought it at 8,000, because at some point we realize that people, yes, you have your own expenses, but people tend to inflate the expenses. Unapata mtu alinunua the mic at 8,000, but because anajaribu kupotelea kulipa, and I declare that alinunua 9,800, akauza 10,000.
Okay. So that I reduce the amount yenye ataweza kulipa as tax.
Or unapata, yes, alinunua vizuri, but anaenda anaokota some receipts elsewhere. Okay, in every supermarket, in every supermarket, pale kwa mlango kuna kuwa na dustbin. Nini inakuwa hapo ndani?
Mostly receipts. Yeah.
What prevents me from going and having access to that dustbin?
Hawatakuuliza ukipitia dustbin.
I can take it.
Yeah.
Then naanza kuanalyze the receipts. Nikiona receipt, hii 50 bob. Tuweka kando. Wewe utanunua 10,000. Hiyo na claim ni yangu. And present it to KRA.
Okay.
Are you not involved in tax evasion or tax fraud?
You are.
Are you lying?
Of course you are lying.
You are lying. So we have to eliminate that lie. Now to avoid such a lie, that's where now we say, yes, and uokote receipt, but your receipt imeokota. Kama the only way you can prove ni yako, it has to have your details.
It has to have your details.
Yes, and the details we are looking for is your PIN number.
Your PIN number.
Yes.
So does that mean for the e-teams lazima ni register? Ndo nikuwe a part of e-teams. Ndo kama ninafanya transactions, the moment I do.
When it comes to registering, anybody who is doing business, according to the current teams and e-teams regulations, any person anafanya biashara, anastahili kuwa anapatiana invoices, either through teams or e-teams. And failure to do that, you are breaking the law.
You're breaking the law.
Yes.
Wanabiashara tuko na teams na e-teams, ama ndo tunaisikia kwa mara ya kwanza? Do we have it? Naona kuna wenye wana node wengine hawa. Okay.
And the teams and the e-teams has been made simple.
Yeah.
We have tried to make it simple to accommodate everyone. Everyone, I mean, when you take a supermarket, they are relatively big. They have a well-established system on how they do their record, how they record their sales.
Yeah.
That person can use what we call POS. They use a POS, point of sale. That is a well-established system. So teams and e-teams tuko nayo iko compatible to your system yao. Kuna mwingine akona duka ndogo. Anauza vitu as they come. Now as the customers come in. Now huyo mtu anapata na receipt na mkono. Anakuchukua kitabu, anaandika, then anakupatia receipt. Now kuna a system tunaita a PDQ. It's possible kupatiana invoice using that. It's possible to have a teams or e-teams system that is compatible to hiyo ya kuandika na mkono. I'm sure kuna duka umeenda ukapatiwa receipt mbili. Moja imeandikwa na mkono, ingine imeandikwa na machine. That is compatible. It's compatible to that business yake. Then kuna mtu mwingine nao ako chini kidogo tena, anauza vitu moja once in a while.
Mama mboga
or okay. In here, I'm sure you used an event planner. There is, unless you are doing very good, I don't think you can have 10 event planning the same day. wewe mwenyewe as a event planner.
Yeah, true.
Most people is either once in a day or once in a week.
Yeah.
And sometimes once in a month. Such a person is also accommodated in the teams and e-teams.
Oh.
There is an online platform where you can apply, and that one you don't need any device. Only what you need is a device that can access the internet. Whether it's a computer, it's a phone, any system, that any device that can access online. Na utaweza kupatiana a proper invoice. Tena tuteremke kidogo.
Yeah.
Kuna ule mtu ako huko kwa village, maybe anauza mboga, maziwa, and ile mai tulikuwa tunaongea kuhusu. And wacha tuchukue mtu akue hana that technological knowledge. Hata si mwatumui yako, anatumia ile ya lazima ufinye vizuri
ndio iweze kuingia. Yes.
Even that person can generate a proper invoice.
Okay, how do they do that? Tueleze, tunajua
how to generate using the kaduda ama katochi. Katululu.
Yes.
Is through a USSD code *222*5#. Then kuna option ya generating an invoice in there. Na ataweza kupatiana a proper invoice. Then somewhere along the way itatisha pin number ya mwenye anamuzia. And with that ule mwenye amenunua, it's possible now kuclaim hii receipt ni yangu.
Wow. Okay.
So to eliminate ile issue ya mtu kwenda kwa dustbin.
Kutafuta receipt.
Because you are in town, I'm in the village.
Yeah.
You are somewhere you can access supermarket, dustbin yake, you claim the expenses. Mimi kwa sababu niko kwa village sina access to the supermarket. I'm not able to claim. Now we are giving you who is near supermarket a competitive advantage against me. And that's not fair.
Very true.
So when we ensure that that receipt has your PIN for you to claim it, then at least kuna fairness,
the
balance. Now someone will only claim what they rightfully incurred. Now a problem that we as Kenyans has is that kuna ile part niliuliza, is it good to pay or should we pay? Kuna watu who believe they should not pay anything.
I think inakuja kwa how it is spent, ndo anasema kama tunatoa na inatumika vibaya, we would rather not, but again it's our obligation,
yes,
as patriots of this country to lipa taxes.
Yes. Now someone believes he should not pay, so hata ukimwambia anastahili kupatiana invoice anakwambia hapana.
So what do you do in a situation like that? Umekuja kwa biashara yangu, umepata nimekwambia so utaona invoice zangu.
Okay, nimekuja kununua kwako but umekata kunipatia receipt. There are two things that person can do. Okay. One is possible to report someone who is not issuing proper invoices to us. Then we'll follow up to ensure that person is doing the right thing. That is one.
Yeah.
And for you, okay, how we are trying to do it is that those who are not compliant, they'll be phased out of the market.
Unatolewa kwa biashara.
Because all your clients are demanding the invoice, but you're not providing to them. So they'll not buy from you. They'll buy from someone who is giving
them receipts.
Invoice. And this one, I saw it somewhere where there is a supermarket here in Nakuru that failed or refused to pay or to take your product until you provide a proper receipt.
Oh. So we atuchukui products zako hadi utupe receipt kuonyesha you are compliant with KRA.
Okay. It's because on our side, for us to claim that we bought from you, we are demanded to have a proper receipt. And you're not giving it to us. So, hatutachukua yako. Zatafute mwingine.
So it's that serious.
Now, for you to maintain that market, you are forced to comply and issue a proper invoice.
Let's talk about services. Uliguzia watu ambao wanafanya maybe in the events industry, kwamba there's an online platform where they can do the items from.
Yes.
So is it under iTax? You search items?
It's it's online. It's items.kra.go.ke.
Okay. So online
wana key in that address, items.kra.go.ke. If you have not registered, una register. Then from there you start issuing proper invoices and you can maintain your business.
Wow.
So those who are not compliant, where we are headed is to face them out. Either you comply or the business will face you out.
Hey?
Then now, ikikuja ni the person who is buying, there is something that was later introduced that for the just like I was been saying, the invoice is only and only valid if you bought from someone who is issuing a proper invoice, and your PIN was put in the invoice. And failure to that, the invoice is rendered invalid.
So there has to be procedures that you follow for it to be considered valid.
And recently, I'm sure kuna mtu alipata message ikimwambia record ilitoka from KRA ilimwambia records show that you had sales of this much, expenses of this much. And when you do the computation, the tax is supposed to be this much. Kindly pay within this timeline.
So it seems inasaidia KRA ku collect better in areas where kulikuwa na a lot of gray areas. So saizi hizo gray areas zimetolewa. So even people in online businesses, people who are doing digital work, pia wao lazima walipe taxes.
Yes. And the end game, there is this term people usually say is that Kenyan, we are overtaxed. Sometimes
is it true?
Sometimes I usually say it might be true, it might not. What do I mean by that?
The
reason is the number of people who are paying is less.
Oh, so watu wanalipa ni kidogo kuliko
wale wanapotea.
Wenye wanapotea ni wengi.
Wale wanapotea na pesa ya.
Ndio maana sasa wenye wanalipa yao iko juu.
Now ni vile the load is heavier on the people who are paying, but the moment we incorporate as many as possible, the load will become easier. And remember, tunalipa ushuru, tujitegemee.
Ni kweli.
So as a business person, make sure you yourself uko registered on Teams ama e-Teams. And wakati unaenda kununua vitu za kwenda kuuza, make sure mwenye unanunua kwake ako Teams or e-Teams registered, na amekupatia receipt iko na PIN number yako. Failure to that, itakuja kukumiza.
Itakuletea shida.
Yes.
Because mesikia businesses will be frozen, but we don't want our businesses ikuwe frozen. Tunataka zi thrive, si ndio? We want our businesses to do good. So tunataka kufungua hii fursa. Kama uko na maswali yoyote ambayo yanaendana na KRA na KEBS, this is where you take up this opportunity ndio uweze kuuliza swali lako. Again, it's not every day we have them here with us. Kwa hivyo, anyone with a question, tuweze kupata majibu. In terms of KRA, okay, we can see a couple of people who have raised their hands. Maybe you can give them mics so that you can get to hear them. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joseph Kamaunje here, pastor by calling, but I'm an entrepreneur by nature. My question goes to the KRA, our leader in KRA. Now, being a statutory body, as you are, you have an obligation to take care of the taxpayers. And most of the times we find that we don't have quite a clear separation between the taxable and non-taxable goods, such that when you are coming to our shops to check what we have done in terms of invoicing, as you have said, we always have a contention. What are you planning, or what do you do about that? The second question, so that you may take it up together, what do you do about this issue of double taxation? Some goods we source from factories or from manufacturers who have already remitted their taxes as far as those commodities are concerned. What do you do about the issue of double taxation? The last question, and not the least, I may ask that as a director of a company, a limited company, having done business internationally, and then the company ceases to operate, and you have not deregistered that company, am I legally liable to penalties for tax evasion, or what is the process or are there any kuna huruma inakujaga hapo kama mtu hajalipa tax na hajajiregister the company?
Okay. Before you sit down, I'd like a clarification on your first question. What do you mean by taxable and non-taxable goods? Stroke services.
Oh yes. Tax. Okay. What maybe I believe that not all goods that we do sell are taxable. Is it so? So then there's this issue of those which are taxed and which are not taxable. What is that separation? What do you do about that separation?
I think you can respond to that first, and then we can take the next question.
Okay, let me start with that one. And I will try to answer it in a bit broader perspective. When you say they are taxable and non-taxable goods, that word taxable is not the tax as you are talking about, is what we call VAT. They are vatable and non-vatable goods. And the term vatable and non-vatable only applies to only VAT registered sellers. If you have not a VAT registered trader, then the term of vatable and non-vatable is not related to you. When I say vatable and non-vatable, there are goods, okay, there are 3 categories currently as effective from this month. There are 4. We have general rated products. General rated, the VAT is at 16%. And these goods are, okay, they are the majority in the market. The furniture, electronics, most goods that we consume, a good number of them, they are general rated, that is 16%. We have zero rated product. Zero rated, the VAT is 0. And a good example currently is the LPG gas. And nikisema gas, ujue kwa gas kuna vitu mbili. Kuna mtungi na kuna gas yenyewe. Mtungi is a hardware product, and that one is general rated. The gas in it is 0 rated, and the VAT is 0. Then another category, you have exempt products. Exempt products mostly the unprocessed agricultural products. Mahindi, maharagwe, nyama, all that. Unprocessed agricultural products, they are exempt sales. And currently, okay, how we classify them, ziko already in the law, what we call the VAT Act. Kuna general rated products, kuna mahali kuna list of exempt, and kuna list of 0. And effective, is it last week, wakati the parliament sat down and reduced the VAT on petrol from 16 to 8. Mlisikia hiyo? Kuna hiyo. Now, effective last week, kuna 8% rated goods, and that is petrol. Now, about double taxation, what do you think it's double taxation is not really double taxation? Who is taxed? Okay, let me start another line of question.
Okay.
Who should pay taxes, by the way?
All citizens who are above the age of 18.
Not yet.
Not yet there. Okay.
No, you are not. You are
close, but not yet
yes.
there. Okay. Who are working? Who are making money?
Okay.
Profit?
An easier question would be, how are taxes paid?
Taxes are paid via the iTax, right?
No.
Via.
Okay, taxes there are 2 modes of payment. Okay. There is the direct and indirect tax payment.
Okay.
And let me start with the indirect. Indirect is a mode of payment whereby unless you are very good in computation, how utajua that kuna tax umelipa?
Oh.
And that one is what we call consumption tax. For example, hiyo VAT nilikuwa naongelea. Ukienda kwa supermarket ununue a certain product.
Yeah, there's a VAT.
There is a VAT part there.
That you pay.
Unless you are very good in computation, you might not know you paid tax. And that one is paid by any person. Hiyo inalipwa na
Anyone.
kila mtu. Whether young, old. Actually, kuna somewhere that tulikuwa tumeenda. Someone made fun of the consumption tax.
Yeah.
You pay the consumption tax before you get to the world. When you're in the world. And even after going.
Yeah, you're still paying it.
Because before you get to the world, there are so many activities that happens. Kuna kutembea hospitali. Kuna kukula tu vitu twingine.
Yeah.
And all
When
those
you get
things,
there,
they are
They're being
taxable.
taxed.
And the person who is making this tax to be paid is someone who is even not yet
Born.
born. Once you arrive, you start
Yeah.
consuming goods.
True.
The clothes you are wearing, the electricity we are using, the food you eat,
We are consuming, yeah.
all of that have tax aspect. When you go, there is a send-off package.
That is also being taxed.
And all those activities that will be taken will be carried out. Ziko na tax ndani yake. So the consumption tax is paid by any person who is consuming or when you are buying anything. But now we come to the second part. The direct taxes. Direct taxes are paid by two people.
Yeah.
One, either you are employed or you are in business.
So business people and
And
people who are working.
employed.
Professionals, yeah.
Any employment or any business.
Yeah.
Though that's what we call an income generating activity. Those ones they pay direct taxes, and you pay taxes based on your business or your employment.
Income, yeah.
Now, when you're talking about double taxation, yes, umenunua a product, let's say this microphone from supplier A. From Shure. Wanajita Shure. You have bought the microphone from Shure Limited. Umenunua iko na VAT ndani yake. Wewe ukienda ukiuza kuna either uko na, if you are VAT registered, pia wewe utauza ikiwa na VAT. If you are not VAT registered, hautauza na VAT. So when yes, it's true, the microphone ama the product ilikuwa imelipiwa tax na Shure Limited, but wewe pia utalipia kwa sababu we are taxing income. When this mic was sold from company A to you, who gained income? Who earned income? Shure Limited.
Yeah, they had the income.
I'm using the Shure. So they will be taxed for earning income as pertaining to that microphone.
Yeah.
Then you bought it yourself, then you sold it. When you are selling it, is it an income to you? It is an income to you. So also you will be taxed because you are in business. Then when it comes to if there is a VAT aspect involved, what happens? You buy a product with a VAT, for example, of 100 shillings.
Yeah.
Then you sell that product with a VAT of 120 shillings. What is payable to KRA as far as you are concerned is the 20 shillings additional.
So you're dealing with the 20 additional shillings.
Yes, that's what you will pay to KRA. Because the 100 was paid by the person who you bought from. Only that for you to claim the 100 shillings that you bought, you must have bought it from someone who is VAT registered, and the receipt they give you was compliant.
Okay.
Yes. Then on the issue of filing, any person or any company that has a valid PIN must file according to the law. Whichever obligation you are registered in, if you have registered for VAT or pay or any other obligation, you are supposed to file for it. And failure to file, there is penalties involved. It's true we're in this world, and sometimes things go sideways, whether the business stops or whichever problem that comes up. Even with that, remember I said you file based on what you did.
Yeah.
If your business goes down, what did you do that month? You sold 0.
Yeah. So you file
Yes.
0.
You file that 0. And failure to file even that 0 attracts a penalty. And previously, there was a provision of waivers, but it was changed to another law that came on amnesty. Then the amnesty had an expiry period. It came to an end back in June 2025. So currently hakuna waiver ama amnesty on penalty. The only option currently the law provides is payment.
You just have to pay.
Yes.
Where? Okay. So if you have a penalty, you have to pay. Let us get another question. Okay. Maybe we can have you, sir, and then you're going to come to that direction.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is John Gedanga, and I'm a fine artist by profession, and I'm also the chairman of a certain Facebook group that is known as Nakuru Golden Years, and today that is Nakuru Best, which has over 91,000 members at the moment scattered all over the world. Thank you very much, gentlemen, because of enlightening us on a number of things concerning KRA. My concern or question is perhaps you are aware or you are not aware that quite a number of KRA officials compromise with business people, especially big-time businessmen, and through compromising, definitely they are given something, and then after that, you find that these officials, they start working with people who are denying Kenyans taxes, and especially in terms of millions and millions of money. While you find that the KRA officials, and I know this for fact, some of them are not actually working for KRA per se, they are extortionists. So I wonder, when KRA officials become corrupt, they collude with corrupt businessmen. You are supposed to be moral financial police of this country, yet you people, and a substantial number of you have done that. So we kind of wonder, where do we go from there? That is exactly why Kenyans don't have confidence in KRA. In fact, since the days it was known as income tax, this kind of trend has been happening. So, long story short, who oversights you when you go haywire among yourselves? Who will maybe pinpoint that this person is not doing the right thing according to the regiment of the KRA? The other question is, the last one is, when you talk about, when you are trying to answer the question concerning perhaps Kenya is among the highest taxed country in the world. And then you say that you don't tax a lot of money per se, but what you do is that because there are few people who are tax compliant, and most of them are up there, so it seems what you have decided to do, maybe without public participation, is to punish those people on behalf of the larger majority. Or did I get you right, Mister? So, when, for example, there are more people who are not paying taxes in terms of millions, and maybe we have about 5%. It means that the tax will go up to 50%, because you will just be depending on the economies of scale or the proportion. So perhaps you can answer that in the meantime, please. Thank you.
Okay, let me start with the second question. What I meant by saying sometime there's this view of sometime we are being, the reason why we complain of our taxation is not having people who have not paid. This is something that, yes, we are supposed to there are things that we are supposed to do as a country, and they need funding. But you find that the number of people who are paying is a bit less. So KRA is doing its best to ensure that at least every person pays the correct amount. And once at least we have paid, a good number are paying, and the value that has been raised probably or most probably will be a substantial amount. And with that, you'll find that the taxes that from what the government has been doing. For example, you saw that sometimes back, the VAT from petroleum was raised from, it was previously at 8%, it was brought to 16, then currently has been reduced back to 8%. And the reason was to try to raise more revenue. Now, if a good number of us pay, those changes that happens from the legal perspective, or when the laws are being passed, they will start reducing. There was a time during COVID, the VAT was reduced from 16% to 14%, but then later was brought back to 16%. If the taxes that has been collected under the 14% regime were enough, the leaders could not have raised it back to 16%. Then when it comes to integrity of our staff, let me say, okay, you said a majority of our staff. Let me try to say no. The number of people who are doing that progressively has been reducing. And there is this saying that in every bag of potatoes or mangoes, you cannot lack one
rotten one.
Rotten one.
Yeah.
And this one is not just in KRA, but in every set of society. Any society, you will find at least one rotten person. My only hope is that kindly don't be the rotten one.
Yeah.
So, yes, when you meet such, let me again backtrack a bit. When it comes to corruption, currently, do you know the person giving the bribe and the person receiving the bribe, both of them has committed a crime.
Yeah, they have.
And they are liable to be punished. So, why are you giving a bribe to Dennis? One, it's because Dennis have found you with a mistake.
Yeah.
And you are trying to collude with him not to receive the punishment. So, step one to deal with corruption when it comes to care issues. One, kindly be compliant. Two, when Dennis comes to you and tells you, if you don't give me these amounts, I'll do this. There is a way of reporting corruption within KRA. We have an internal investigation. The internal affairs thing, we call it, there's a department within us that deals with internal affairs. And it's not a must for you to report physically. You can report online. We call it iWhistle. When you go to online, look for iwhistle.kra.go.ke. You can report Dennis to the internal affairs department, and they'll just report the tweet to them, and they'll follow up with the issue. If you're not comfortable with reporting to KRA, you can report it to Anti-Corruption Commission. There are cases that has been reported to have, yes, as whether any government official, be it KRA or any other, they were involved in demanding for a bribe. Then you know what the ESG does? They give you the money. They tell you it's Dennis who asked for that. How much did he ask? 100,000. The anti-corruption themselves, they give you the 100,000. They tell you go give it to Dennis. See under your request. And don't party. Then during the transaction, that's where Dennis is
captured,
numbed.
So
yes, we have people who are managing KRA when it comes to corruption, both internally and also externally.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. I hope, Mr. John, your questions have been answered. Okay.
Okay, maybe the last concern is not exactly a question per se. Is about maybe, and stand me corrected if I'm wrong, maybe the confidence that the people had, especially business people, on in KRA, which was known as income tax previously, is actually dwindling or diminishing because Kenyans are not seeing the value for their money. I'm talking about after all is said and done, Kenya wants to see where their money is going. True or false?
Very true.
Because you see, when you are probably doing something that has no results, definitely lethargy will crop in. That's why you find that Kenyans are not very enthusiastic about this KRA thing.
Yeah.
And actually, the Kenyans generally, if you are aware or you might not be aware, unajua mimi ni mtu wa mtaani, niko na watu kila saa. I can be able to gather a lot of opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm a journalist, I'm an artist and all that. So, if you ask anybody in the streets, they just feel like KRA is not their friend per se.
Mhm.
They run away from you people. You see?
Yeah.
Like the plague. They avoid you like the plague. So, perhaps, I don't know how you're going to come up with a way of making the people regain their trust in you. Because you see, every infrastructure, kutembea barabarani, hakuna kitu, water infrastructure, electricity, all that. That's what wanashindwa. Why should I pay tax? And we are not seeing the value of the money that we are supposed to be paying. Yeah? I mean, vis-a-vis the way it used to be. I was here during the regime of Jomo Kenyatta, and people were so compliant. It was known as, I don't think it was known as VAT, but it was known income tax, pay as you earn or something. During Moi, people were still compliant. Kebaki, kind of, he is the one who revived the economy before it started going down the drain again. But if you people can put your house in order, I'm sure the people will comply. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me respond to that one. Okay, let me start with the fear of KRA and then end with the value of money. Okay, at least you are an old person. When you are young, when there was a time, police walikuwa wanakuja tu, okay, even if it's a policeman doing his own personal things, utapata ameenda kwa duka lakini ni vile tu ameenda na uniform. When you meet that person on the road, what did you used to do? Running?
Used to hide.
Hide, run. That's what used to happen. And wakifanya makosa kwanza wakuja na Mariamu, kinaumana zaidi. But that's then.
Yeah.
What happens today? Today, even juzi tuliona Gen Z wakitembea na polisi. Na ni askari yako na mti na kona bunduki.
Side by
and
side.
they are walking side by side wakiandamana.
Yeah.
Now, what changed? What changed from the period that people used to fear police to the period
now.
that today police are part of our society? What changed is not, okay, it's true they changed their name from force to service.
Yeah.
But name alone is not enough. What happened is the people came to know their rights, the obligation, the limit of the police.
Knowledge.
Yes, askari akiwa na bunduki hayuko hapo shoot.
Shoot, yeah.
Ako hapo kukulinda. And unless you are a mukora, that's when you use the gun. But if you are a law abiding person, the gun will be used to protect you. So, similar thing to KRA. People run, let me use the Bible. People perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So the person who is running away is because he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He doesn't know whether he has complied or not.
Yeah.
But the moment people know what they are supposed to do, as a business person, I'm supposed to pay this, and I've paid.
Yeah.
So when the KRA staff come to me, we have no problem with them. And the same thing. That's when now when you ask for a bribe, you'll have confidence of saying no
Yeah.
because you have done the right thing.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to value of money, the question is taking a twist that I don't want to be involved in that twist.
Yeah.
It's taking a political twist.
Mm.
Who should give us value for the money?
It's the government. Yours is just facilitating the collection, but the
The-
spending.
The people who should give the value of the money
Mhm.
is the people we appoint to represent us.
Mm.
And when they make a mistake,
Yeah.
we cannot go and start complaining to the person who is facilitating this other side, the financial thing.
Mm.
So that twist is a political twist. And if we do the right thing I'm not trying to do some political things,
Yeah.
but let me just say it. If we do the right thing at the ballot,
Mm.
then the rest of the story will be mteremko.
Yeah, I think you helped us get rid of hiyo myth yenye tulikuwa nayo kwamba KRA iko in charge of how the income collected is spent. Yenyu tu ni kucollect, inaenda wapi? Kwa government. So from there ndo wana disperse. So we're going to take the last round of questions ndo tuingie kwa Expo so that we can know what is happening kwa the booth. Zimekuwa mingi. Okay, let us take a couple and then we can wind up. You can take as little time as you can to ask your question and then we move on so that we can take a couple of questions before tumalize.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm called Esther Natukunda. My first question goes to my brother in the middle. Is it a must? I must pay tax.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'd been running various businesses. Okay, the first one
Business.
I had been giving what to say log loans. Now, kwa
Is it
hii
a
side-
business?
Yeah, that's a business.
Is it income generating?
Yeah.
What does the law say about when you are involved in an
Oh.
income generating activity?
Okay.
Pay taxes. So yes,
Okay, thank you.
you should pay.
Okay, I had not been paying tax. Why? I took customers like 20 of them that I entrusted with my money. So I had been giving them my money and they could return it with good profits with a period that we have agreed. Yeah. So imefika wakati moja amegwama. So to struggle, then we went till police. So the police asked me, is your business registered? And I was like, no, it is not registered. So that money is just supposed to go just that way. That's why I ask you, is it a must? I have to pay tax. By the way, nimekula vizuri out of that without paying tax.
So basically you have been a tax evader, but I won't report you. Sita report. Okay, when it comes to register, what you are doing, the nature of business you are doing is what the banks and the circles do. And what they were trying to push you towards is the business you are doing it without regulation of the body that does the regulation. The question they asked you is not connected to KRA. By the way, you paying taxes does not necessarily legitimize your business, by the way. On our side, we only come in, are you doing an income generating activity? As far as whatever you are doing is a legal thing, basically you are not selling drugs or anything contraband, we will tax you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
My second business, my second question goes like this. I was involved in Omena, wholesale selling, and the Mayai. So I had a shop. So these people of yours, your office came they were like, I have to pay the tax your Omena because Omena is another product and the egg is another product and in the same shop. So business people like that, wakikuja na nimeona na nimewarecognize, I will close the shop and I run. Yeah.
If you comply, okay, but there is someone who, it's cheaper to comply than to be non-compliant. Because the moment you comply, ukisikia kuna KRA staff wanakuja, hautapotea. A good example, let me give you a good example of complying. Tuchukue mtu ako na a general shop within Nakuru. Tumpatie sales yake ni roughly how much? A small shop. Roughly per day. Can we give him 2,000? 2,000 sales per day, roughly 2,000 per month. Okay, per week hiyo ni pesa ngapi? 2,000. Anafungua Sunday ama anaenda church? Anaenda church. So it's 2,000 times 6. That is 24. Is it 24,000? Oh. 2,000 times 6. 12,000 times 4 weeks. 48,000. That person is supposed to be registered under what we call turnover tax. Turnover tax, you pay 1.5% of your sales. Calculate 1.5% of 48,000. Hiyo ni ngapi? $1.5 divided by 100 times 48,000. How much? Is it 840? How much is that? Watu wa hesabu mnatuangusha. Watu wa hesabu, mathematics people mnatuangusha. 720. 720?
Yeah.
720. Imagine you are doing a business earning 48,000 the whole month, and the tax to Naitisha is 720 shillings. Is that okay? At the moment you pay the 720, you are 100% compliant. Is 720 enough reason for you to fear KRA? Is it a good reason to fear KRA? 720 divided by the 4 weeks, utapata the days that you are working, utapata the 720, actually the lunch you eat in the business ni mingi kuliko 720. Ni kweli? Ni kweli?
Yeah.
The lunch you eat cumulatively, utapata ni mingi kuliko the 720. So you will only treat, all what you need to do is, on a lighter note, is just like treating KRA to be someone namulipianga lunch per day. Na cumulatively unampatianga 720 shillings for that month. If you trade more than 48, unafanya computation ya for the number, the amount. If your business does good, will in that month uze maybe 60,000, you will pay 1.5% of 60,000. Ikiteremuka uze 10,000, utalipa 1.5 of 10,000. Kikiumana zaidi, utalipa nothing. Wakati utauza kitu. So the price of non-compliance, you will find sometimes it's higher than the price of compliance. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. But for what I know, these people are fearing you. Just like having one shop with the products, different products, then you are paid double tax. I don't think if they can agree. Okay, my next question, last but not least. It goes to my brother here. I came a little bit late. You was talking about Mayai. I've been working with Yezen Farm, the farm of Ruto. And I tried to get access to these big supermarkets. And the question these managers asked me, we need the receipts or the transactions for the last 6 months. And I don't have. Now, I think you are doing that eggs, you have said. Sir, I want to come and you give me those products. Because your products, I believe, they are known in Nakuru and these big hotels and supermarkets. So that you connect me, I get your products and I go to a specific supermarket. Please, I'm called Esther. Now, come on, my sister. Food, I want my life to change, yes? Yeah, we are changing life, conference, wealth. Even though nimeparara hivi, mimi I'm a painter, by the way. I get 1,400 per day. That is my profession. Sir, what I was talking about, food prayer, you was talking about the laboratory that tests foods. So, you test mayai? Do you test eggs?
Yes, we test mayai.
Yeah, do you know Mena?
Yes, I know Mena.
You test Mena?
Yes.
So this is the businesses I'm coming up with again. I'm going back in the market. So you was talking about the last part of it, reward. I think you will help me with the food, those omena preserver and the mayai preserver. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you. I think she has a very valid question.
Yes.
And we should not laugh at her.
Yeah.
the thing that I was talking about is about product certification. So the way she said, she took a product to the supermarket and it was not accepted. So once you have a product, even if you are packaging omena, that omena needs to be packaged in an organized way such that it's acceptable. You know, in chakula, I can speak also in Kiswahili, right?
Use
So
a lot
like-
of Swahili.
Yeah, please.
It's better.
So ile kinasema ni ile kitu natengeneza kama omena una package kwa ile ka plastic packaging then unapeleka kwa supermarket ama kwa soko. Si kuna mtu anakula hiyo chakula?
Kweli.
Umeipata situation umenunua chakula na nyumba mzima something happened kwa stomach and then there was a competition somewhere. Sindio?
Yes.
It's possible,
Very true.
There was a case sometimes back in Kericho where someone sold mursik. That's our traditional product, right?
Yeah.
Mursik to an event like this, and the next morning, very unfortunate things happened. To an extent, some children died, and a lot of people are sick and in the hospital. So those are what KEBS avoids when we certify your product. What happens is, one, if you are a small trader, to say you are packaging omena or you're making mursik, those products don't need super huge machines, precision production. No, you don't need all those. You just need mkebe moja ya kumix, ingine ya kupackage, a very clean place.
Yeah.
That's what you need. So for us, we will come support you, tell you by the way, this and this is what you need to comply with. This is the hygiene requirement.
Yeah.
These are the kind of material you should use. These are the kind of material you should avoid. And then we take you through the whole process for food safety and hygiene. So once you comply with those, an officer actually ticks a box one by one, like hii umefanya, hii umefanya, hii umefanya. So once we see ile chakula umetengeneza inaweza kulika, just the way jikoni yako unasafisha kila jioni na una make sure sufuria unaosha kila kitu unakausha, so that germs is grow and also could affect the next morning. We also make sure that, because that's technically ni kama jikoni, where you are mixing your mursik and any and all those. So we make sure it's compliant and that it's safe for the people that are going to use and it's safe for the environment. Because kama ni omena and then you're adding some chemicals that are even destroying forget of the people, even the environment, then it doesn't help. So we help you. So also on preservatives that she mentioned, we guide on what are the acceptable preservatives. Like Sahi, we have what's called AGOA, where you can take your products to America and sell them in America. We have markets in Europe. We have markets all over. And those people do not have. When our president said that there are some countries that do not have enough milk, but it's not a lie. There are some countries in this world where our products are actually needed. This product made in Kenya is actually needed. So we are giving you authority. We are telling you by the way, this product ukifata hii sheria, ukifika huko, your product can be accepted in that market without you going through other processes. Like when you talk of regional integration, if you go to Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, even Somalia, the whole East Africa region, when you have the KEBS permit, that is hiyo ni kifunguo ya kuingia your country with your product. So once we certify your product, you just go present yourself at the border and then say my products are certified in Kenya, and then they will tell you, go and take it to our market. So what they are trusting is KEBS ability to ensure that you produce that product as per the standard. So if I say that in Kiswahili, ni ile kitu wanaamini tukikupatia certificate na uende nayo Tanzania. Tanzania Bureau of Standards hawako Kenya, si ndio? Hawajaona mahali unatengeneza, but they accept your product. Why? Because sisi as a trusted partner, we have said huyu mtu tumemwangalia, tumemkagua mahali anatengeneza chakula na tumehakikisha hiyo chakula imetengenezwa kulingana na zile viwango tumeagree na wao. When you see a standard, these standards are not only Kenyan standards. These standards ni East African standards, these are African standards, these are international standards. So when you talk of ISO, I said ISO is just like we use ISO standards in Kenya. They are called KS ISO, like that. We use East African standard called East African standards, Kenyan standards. So those are standards that are agreed upon all over the world. So when KEBS says you have complied with these standards, be it hygiene wise, be it the formulation wise, the chemical aspect, the physiochemical of that product. So once you have complied with that requirement and we have given you that certificate, that allows you to access the local market, regional market, and international market. Yes, so those are now what we are trying to present to you, that we do test your product, we inspect the process you're using, the plant you're using, so that it is compliant with those requirements that are agreed upon world over, that these are the requirements that you should be meeting. Yes, so those are very valid questions. And in KEBS, one, you can consult us online. We have on our website is KEBS.org, and we have also online portal for application of such permits. So even from your kaduka yako kadogo kaile mahali unatengeneza hiyo jua kali, you don't have to come to our office. You can go to kims.kebs.org and make an application there. Then we will contact you and come to your place and serve you there. So if you can come to our office, well and good. We have an office at Polo Center. I think everyone in Nakuru knows Polo Center. Second floor. We have an office there, so you can come. We will help you. We also have other regional offices. If very soon we are likely to open, we are going to open an office in Kericho. We have an office in Kisumu. We have an office in Eldoret. We have an office in Garissa. We have an office in Mombasa. So we have a lot of satellite offices in Kisii, in Moyale, in Isiolo. So we have a lot of satellite offices. So you can visit us in all those offices, and we will serve you and make sure that you comply and your products are ready for the market and are safe for both the consumers and for the environment. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now we're going to take the ni kama mikono inaenda ikiongezeka. The more tunasema we are out of time, mikono zinaendelea zikiongezeka. Okay. Maybe we can take a round of questions on your wameinua mikono, and then we close it at that, okay? Thank you. So you can just mwenye kwa karibu na mic apewe. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, my name is Susan. I have two questions for KEBS. One is about system certification you mentioned. And I just wanted you possibly to mention, when does KEBS come in? Is it at the initial installation of the systems, or maybe after the systems have already been installed and they're working? The second question is about calibration of the equipments. Maybe you have procured equipments that have been fabricated locally or maybe outside the country. How do you go about it? Is it are they calibrated before use possibly in a factory? Looking forward to processing business. And I wanted to know, is it really before or after, before maybe the plant starts the activities? The other one is to KRA. For a new company, maybe but one of the mandatory requirements is that you have the PIN for the company. And there's also the projected time, or when you want maybe the company will start the operations, and you may have stated it, and due to some of reasons, you might find the stipulated time, you may not, the company may not start the operations. And possibly the following year, at that time, the KRA, I don't know whether will ask for the tax, or how do you go about it? Do you report that the company did not start the operations at this time, or the date has been pushed ahead? Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can have the next person ask their question. Okay, let him ask, then come to you.
I'm Steve Mboro. I work with Meivados. I've innovated very many machines, but my question goes to KEBS. When I innovate my machines...
Maybe you can bring your mic closer to your mouth so that we can hear you.
When I innovate my machines, mostly I use wood. Na wacha nitumia Kiswahili. Kama nikitumia mbao niuzie mtu hiyo invent, watu wa KEBS na patent saa zingine wanasema haijafika standard. lakini mtu akichukua hiyo machine aende nchi zingine aunde na wood ama mbao za huko, nao ina meet hiyo standard. Na niambie my sister huyo amesema siku hizi ama 21st century machine ziko za kufanya mambo mingi, hata hiyo packaging. So chenye nilikuwa nataka ni kuulize wa KEBS, ni mbao zetu ziko chini sana, ati zingine zinakuja zinapatentiwa juu hata saa hii ukienda kwa to industries wanaambiwa wajenge na stainless steel, of which ni kitu tuna import kutoka nchi zingine. Sasa hiyo ndio ilikuwa swali yangu na tujue ni aje. Na swali ingine, huwa ina take time ya miaka ngapi ama miezi nikishawaletea kitu mniapprove? Na swali ya mwisho, nikishaita watu wa patent wananiambia KEBS itapitisha, pengine ni hiyo machine imeunda na mbao lakini inafanya kazi, KEBS, watu wa KEBS wakikuja waseme hawata patent na mbao iundwe na stainless steel. Sasa nilikuwa nauliza
Sorry, just let me interrupt you. Can you specify the machine you're talking about? What kind of a machine?
For example, if you know the roasting peanuts are innovated, the packaging machines, porridge cooking machines, but most of them we use wood. But swali yangu ni moja, ni mbao zetu ziko standard ya chini ati za nchi zingine zinakubalika ama shida ni nini?
Thank you for your question.
Now, how long does KEBS takes to standardize somebody?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Let us get the other question. Mebaki ngapi? Okay.
Yes.
Let's do them there. Okay.
My question now goes to the.
Okay. Just.
Sorry. My question now goes to the KRA. Like umejua sisi watu wa ground, these businesses down there.
Yes. Your name,
like,
please.
My name is Makoha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So with me, like me here, I have a stall at the town. So mimi nashughulika na hii maneno ya mitumba, these clothings. So when you go, like you make an order, you get those guys, I want an invoice, like the supply invoice. So like I want now to comply with the items. What should I use now there at that point? Yeah.
Thank you so much. We can have her. Hi. You can turn on your mic. Okay.
Hi,
thank you.
everyone.
Hi.
I'm Beatrice, and we're actually following this one online, even them that are still on the stalls.
Oh, wow.
So I had a pressing issue, but
Yeah.
I'm still following it while on my place of work.
Yeah.
And this one goes to the KRA. I'm in a service industry. I do curtain making. And at one time, I got a tender with the government, which I've been doing. And then there's this one day that I was told I have to comply, which I had done. Then I found myself, I've been fixed on the TOT, turnover tax, which actually wasn't my category. And I needed that payment because I've spent all my money to do that service. Then I find that I've actually been told to comply on something that I don't really import. I just purchase the fabrics from the just next shop and just do the services. So I'm not done the importation. But I find that I've been fixed with the same category as somebody who is importing. That was so low moment for me. And then again, number two, sometimes we find ourselves, we are offering services to people living with disability. Like, let me give you an example, Ngala School for the Deaf. And that one, there is some charges, we can't charge as any other person. We even lower our services to them, and they also don't pay tax. And then when we're actually doing services to them, we do like half of what we do to the rest. What about that one? Do you still look at it and consider in that manner? Thank you very much. And we are still back on our stalls, and everyone in the stalls is still following you. You have very many people following you.
Thank you
So
so
when you
much.
answer a question, consider everyone who is inside, not only these people who are here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you asking your question. Let us get the next question.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Esther. I'm in formal employment, but I came over to see what is here, that maybe I may begin something in the business.
Wow.
Mine is I want to make a comment, not a question. My comment, probably I'm beginning with what some people have said here regarding the spending of the money. Of course, I know you are not the people mandated to do that.
Yeah.
I am just mention the parable of Jesus, because you began by telling us that what Jesus says regarding the taxes. We shouldn't pay taxes, but Jesus taught in Luke chapter 16 on the parable of the shrewd manager. And he asked the worker, why have you misused my resources? I'm going to sack you. So this is what these Kenyans in this room are saying to you, that you should also be communicating to people above you, that on the ground people are asking, why are the resources being misused? Can something be done? Of course, I know that is not your area. But the comment which I wanted to make was, you have told us that you facilitate the correction of the money. As you come on the ground, you realize that people need to produce or to work to get money so that they can pay the taxes. So my question to you is, how do you facilitate the people to produce whatever they are producing, or if there are services that they are offering, and you have come to this, like you have now come here, and you have seen what people need, how do you facilitate them? Because, of course, in as much as I'm in employment, I have relatives, I have friends, and have neighbors who are like, maybe they are doing farming. We have seen the fertilizer. Sometimes it has taken a long time before they get the fertilizer, the farm input, and the cutworms, all those problems. And I'm like, what is the government doing to support these people? Because you are going to ask them to pay the taxes after they have paid or they have sold their input or their from their producer. So in as much as I know your work is to facilitate the collection of the taxes, then Gen Z could ask, why is the government telling us to pay for the tax from the content creation, and there's totally nothing that the government has done? They have not facilitated us to buy the phones. What is it? Because in as much as you're collecting the taxes, you shouldn't be thinking of how do I facilitate these people to give more money or to be able to make a lot of profit so that we can collect more. You have mentioned to us that the tax brackets, there are few people who are paying the money, and I'm there and I feel the pain of the taxes just like yourselves. So in case the tax bracket was expanded, you can maybe give ideas like even of creating the industries. Then we could have more people paying taxes, and that would come in for us. But the bottom line for me is, kindly let us facilitate these people in whatever they are doing so that you can get more money. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. Okay, so we had 2 hands on this side, yeah? Okay. So let us get those last 2. Okay, so let's just those 2 and then tukafunge.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, good afternoon. Okay, my first question is that it happened that I was late in a certain supermarket, and it happened that the workers have a different receipt, and I picked at the total amount of the commodities bought, and I realized they were totally different.
Oh.
So yeah, and they had a different receipt. Ours is white, theirs is orange. So I'm asking her, why is it that they are being taxed in general as a supermarket, or why is it they are being like exempted from the normal tax we are paying on that commodity. Now, on the other question is, there's a certain man, a businessman who is an Indian, and this Indian man, wherever he goes, even a petrol station, hardware, this man, he normally sends someone the cash and he tells you, tell her or him to put in my KRA pin. Now my question is, at what point you will have to use your KRA pin when buying commodities? And the last question, now that you have said that if you have never filed for a KRA return, there are penalties you pay. Now that you said that you won't waive again, what if you deduct the penalties from my return? And what are the consequences of not filing a KRA return? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joy. I'm from a company called Robisearch Limited. So I have 3 questions in regards to KRA. Number 1, how are you guys helping SMEs adapt to eTIMS integration, considering the different businesses we have, like different business categories? I'm asking this question because we are a third-party integrator of the eTIMS. In regards to the same, I would like to know how can Robisearch partner with the KRA team to accelerate eTIMS and adoption amongst SMEs. Like we have a lot of SMEs here, and if you look around, most of them do not have eTIMS, or they are compliant but not really. The other question I have is, how can certified third-party integrators like us now work more closely with you to increase the adoption? Because I believe adoption is something that people need out here. And what are the misconceptions businesses have about eTIMS, and what are you guys doing about the same? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joy. So let us get the last question, the guy in red here. Then we can... Okay.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
My name is Anne. Mine, I think it's just a comment.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And this is a wonderful forum.
Thank
We
you.
thank the KBPF for such an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I would wish to know, Mr. Taxman, how frequent do you have such forums? Where and how do you communicate so that the Mama Mboga, the Omena business people can maybe have an opportunity to ask questions and maybe to raise their concern? Second thing is about is to KEBS guy. Today, most of us we don't do like maybe potatoes, because farming today has really changed. Yeah, most of the farmers, me included, though I'm not large scale, we are messing our farms with the products from the chemicals, blah, blah, blah. So how are you regulating farmers so that it doesn't, we are not affected health-wise? Am I clear?
Yes, you are. Thank you. Last question, and then now we proceed to the answers.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm Moses. I just have a quick one to the KRA, the taxman, has been mentioned by my colleague. First of all, I want to appreciate KRA because initially you said you people are really venturing into digitization issue. And that is very evident when you introduced a way of filing return online. I think the Shuru chatbot is on and up and working, and is eating our time when it comes to filing the KRA, filing the return, sorry. So For the question now, we'll run around the filing of the return. That is the employment income return. Kindly confirm the validity of using that digitization platform so that we get to have that confidence. Wenda umekaa unadhani umesha file return kumbe unasubiri penalty. So you'll confirm that. Then another clarification on the same. When you are done filing your return on the Shuru chatbot, that is on WhatsApp, there is a confirmation message that will be sent to you on the same WhatsApp page. And this information has a lot of details. You'll receive an acknowledgement data. You'll receive a status. You'll receive your full names are highlighted there, your KRA PIN, and the year you are doing the filing. The place where I don't understand is the net payables. There's a figure that comes under the net payables, and it is a negative figure. Kindly clarify on the same and what it means as far as filing the return is concerned. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. We are going to close it at that with the questions. Okay, I see 2 more hands. 3, 4. Hey. Are your questions not related to the questions that we have asked? They are completely new. We can have the 4, and please let's allow us to have the 4 so that we can wind up tuingie kwa programs zingine. Okay, amazing. But KRA and KEBS, you see that there is a need for you guys mkuje kwa ground. Maswali ni nyingi sana. We might not be able to complete all of them today, but we need us to have forums kama hizi nyingi so that you can be able to cater to the mwananchi. Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Joel Hilary Mbogo. My first question goes to KEBS. I mean KRA. Way back in the year 2000 and 2020, I think 2 years back, KEBS, they were doing the good thing, whereby the freelancers, people that were not employed, they are getting an opportunity whereby you can file your return and also help you pay the penalties. And after that, going forward, you find that those opportunities were closed. What is your input to assist people that are doing the freelance job in industry services? And to KEBS, this one goes to you. You realize that there are SMEs outside there that are doing mama mboga and people that are selling these small products. How are you regulating them? Because at some point I want to buy, like say, I'm using a commodity and I'm buying it at a small enterprise. I'm not sure whether the product is legit or so. KEBS hapo mnatusaidia aje kwa ground? For example, nataka kununua mandazi. Tajuaje mandazi imekaa kwa stall ka wiki mbili? So thank you.
Thank you for that question.
Yes, habari zenu. My name's Amos Mwangi, a businessman from Nakuru. My first questions go for the KEBS. I fail to understand why you people from KEBS, concerning the imported goods, you allow the substandard goods, and then when they are in the country already, you start coming for those businesses that are vulnerable. So I fail to understand, why do you allow at the entry point? Because when you people, you wanted to eliminate the polythene, you went to the right door and you closed. And nowadays we don't have the polythenes. So the second questions go to the taxman. I run a small business in the rural areas. And in those rural areas, we have some shops, general shops, maybe small hardwares. And these people are compliant to as far as the county government is concerned, because they pay for their permit. And Nakuru County, we were doing very well in that area. So why does the taxman comes in and say, because at your premises you are paying maybe 10,000. Why does the taxman say, now you should pay me maybe 5,000? And I'm sure they can comply, because you find that in tax you are needed, unahitajika kuweka mtu hata wa accountant so that you can come up with the right amount to pay. So why don't you give maybe presumption tax and say, because you are paying this amount for the permit, why don't you pay the tax for this amount? Maybe in that area, maybe it will be simplified for the small businesses outside. I'm not talking about in town. In town, let us do the light kind of arithmetics. So,
Thank you so much for that question. So the second last one.
Praise God.
Amen.
My name is Edith Wamboi. Thank you so much, KRA, for showing up. Actually, if there is a government institution that shows up on time, it should be KRA. So, yeah, congratulations. Yeah, you are very good at timing. So, sorry, my name is Edith. I said that. So, I own a company called Stagion. I am the director of this company, and it is a PWD-owned company. I am the PWD director. I don't know if there is anyone else like me here. And I have to agree, if there is one reason that us PWDs, we don't want to pretend. If there is one reason that makes us get these certificates, is so that we can benefit from tax exemption. It is one of the top priorities why we go for this certificate. So I am one of them who went for the certificate so that my company Stagion can benefit from tax exemption. And I went for assessment. That was, first I did an assessment in 2023, and I was assessed by KRA, and they told me I'm going to get that certificate. I didn't, and I didn't give up. I went back in 2024, 2025, we are in 2026. A lot of promises, but no deliverance. They don't deliver what they promise. So my company is still suffering from a few emails from KRA. Sometimes I even get emails that look like threats. And I have a certificate for NCPWD, and it is a failure on KRA side. It is not a failure on the national disability side.
Just a clarification. When you say company, is it a sole proprietor or it's a limited company?
It is a limited company.
Okay, registered, the one that has PVT as the registration number. PVT dash, okay.
And I am the director, the sole director. Yes, so I was hoping you could help me understand the reason why I go for assessments and KRA promises to give me this this tax exemption. Also, I have been to KRA offices several times answering tax compliance questions, some of them which I don't understand. Sometimes, as a director, we have different people who file for us returns. And you may not know if you have given work to someone and you have shared your passwords, then they have probably done stuff in the e-teams and iTax systems. So how do you help PWDs? Usually I thank God because I don't easily give up. Me, I try again and again. But we started this journey with many of us. And because of harassment that comes from government institutions, KRA being one of them, they gave up. And yet the government recognizes us as a team of the vulnerables who should be receiving some of these, what should we call them, favors from the government. But on the ground, it's totally different. PWDs are receiving 0% of consideration. especially from KRA. So it is really a grievance I would like KRA to consider and probably tell us what we need to do so that we can receive this tax exemption certificate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Edith. Let us get the last person. Oh, we are done? Okay. Oh, okay. Just one last question here. And then anyone close to her with a microphone?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm called Sylvia Itonga, and I wanted to ask a question concerning service, service giving.
Yeah.
I have a company where I give service, like, okay, so I do safety and health audits. So when I get job, I do a quotation. And when I do a quotation, let's say I quote X, but I had now the VAT. So it becomes Y. So when I'm given the money, I'm given the X, I guess the VAT now goes to KRA. Now this X that I get to facilitate me to do that work, I will use accommodation, I will use transport, I will get somebody maybe to assist me. So there are all those deliverables that I have got to go through to now get the X that I'll be paid. And for example, like transport, I use the car, so I'll put petrol, but in addition to the petrol, there's the servicing of the vehicle and so many other things that you do now to do that service. So now my question is to the KRA. Now this X of mine, how much and what am I supposed to, how am I supposed to calculate now to give the KRA minus now what I spend in order to do that service?
Oh, wow. Thank you for that question. And now we have closed with this, the question session. Wacha tuingie sasa kwa majibu. Mr. Taxman, I know you have so many questions. Maybe we can start with Engineer first, Engineer Mohammed. Walk us through the questions that were asked concerning KEBS. Alafu tuingie kwa Mr. Dennis, then we can wind up.
Okay, thank you. I think our audience are very engaging and I appreciate that. And they were very keen on what we were saying, considering the question. So the first question come from this side was about system certification. If I go back to system certification, what happens is what we do is we certify systems based on international standards. These systems is, for example, if you have a bank that is banking service providing a company that has its own systems, maybe how they handle the money, how they handle their employees, how they provide the services, that is a system. If it is a school, for example, if you have a university, let's say University XYZ, it has their own system where how they plan their classes, how the teachers run the classes, how do they do the timetables, how they do the examinations and all those until somebody graduates and is given a certificate or a degree or a diploma. So that is a system. Like in an organization like this one, for events, for example, you have how you receive your requests, how you process them, how you go to the event, how you mobilize your equipment and everything. That is a system on its own. So KEBS, what they do is we do one training on those management systems. They're called management systems. They are based on ISO 9001, ISO 27001 for information security management system. We have anti-bribery management system. We have business continuity management system, like what happened in coronavirus, for example, time. If you want your organization to easily get back from disruptions, you would want it to comply with the requirement of a business continuity management system. So those are based on international standards, ISO standards. So what KEBS does is, one, we have training. We train your organization and your people on how to implement the system, one, and two, how to do internal audits for the system, and even how to come up with the documentation, everything. So that is done under the National Quality Institute, which is under KEBS. We also do, once you have now been trained and established your system, we now can do what we call certification audits. We audit for you the system. We see how you conform with those requirements that you said you will conform with, how well you have established, and give you a certification that now you can indicate ISO 9000 and certified if you are implementing a quality management system, or ISO 27001 certified if you are implementing an information security management system, like that. So that is what KEBS does. So we do both the training and the auditing and the certification. All of them we do. On calibration of equipment, how do you go about it? So first, we need to understand what is an equipment. If, for example, you have, let's say, for example, you do, let's go to our example of mayai. You do boil mayai, and you are such a serious company that your boiling mayai has to be controlled so that you boil it at the right temperature, within the right framework, the right timeline, and you make sure that when it's ready, you pull it out, you cool it to the right temperature before you pack it. So in that explanation, the equipment here is one, when you are boiling it, you are measuring the temperature. There's a thermocouple or a thermometer you're using. That is an equipment. When you are measuring how long you are boiling it, you're using a timer. That is an equipment. When you cooling it to now the temperature where you want to pack it, that now you're also controlling the temperature, looking imefika ile temperature unataka. So that's also an equipment you're using. So those are the equipments that are calibrated. So if you pack, for example, ukitengeneza mkate, there's the mixing, you proofing, then you do the baking, then you cool, then you pack. In between, you do weighing, you do temperature control, you do all those. So even the weigh scale using is an equipment. So KEBS has a department called National Meteorology Institute that does calibration of this equipment. So what happens is you can request this service through our offices, and say you have X and Y, Z equipments, you want them calibrated. We will value those equipments and give you a quotation for the calibration services, because these are services that we are also investing money as an organization to buy the calibration equipment, to employ the people to. So we'll give you a quotation for that. Once you pay for the quotation, we come do the calibration and give you a certificate. So once we give you the certificate, this certificate is about traceability. It's saying this 1 kg is traceable or is connected to the standard 1 kg that's acceptable world over. So now what happens if today you have your weigh scale ama uko na ile kamawe ya kupima 1 kg, si kuna time unaangusha, you move it from here to there, there's friction, hata ukiweka juu ya nini, si ikisongesha chuma, if you know metal is hard but it's really not that hard, chuma ukikwaruza na chuma ingine, si unaona it wears, so hiyo kitu ina wear. So even equipments wear, they normally, ukona saa yako that you're using leo iko exactly vile unataka. If you get with your phone, then you stay for 10 days, you find it has now gone either backward or forward by few minutes, a minute or two. So equipments normally, that happens in all equipments. It's not just the watch or the weigh scale. So all equipments normally move away from their calibration. So the calibration certificate is normally valid for 1 year. So it's a requirement that you recalibrate your equipment. If, for example, you're implementing an ISO standard, you'll be told recalibrate your equipment every year, so that you make sure at any given time you have the correct measurement in your equipment. So the calibration is valid for 1 year, and at the end of 1 year you are required to calibrate. The third question on innovation using mbao. This is a very valid and a very also tricky question. One, when you're making equipment, you always consider the use of that equipment. If that equipment is used for food processing, food handling, then it's a requirement that that equipment should not impact negatively the quality of that food. For example, wewe unatengeneza mkate, si ndio? Kwa mkate yako kuna mahali once you're done ukitoa from the baking machine, kama iko joto bado, kuna kameza umetengeneza unaiwekelea so that cool kidogo, ipoe kidogo, si ndio? Now hiyo mkate, imagine hiyo shelf umetengeneza ni shelf ya mbao ama ni shelf ya plastic. One, mbao ina retain uchafu. Umeona ukisafisha mbao, depending on the type of mbao. Am I communicating? Naeleweka?
Yes, we get
Especially my friend there, Mburu. So what I'm saying is it depends on what you are handling, what that machine is servicing. So if it is a machine that is going to handle food product, then you are not allowed to use an equipment that will affect that product negatively. Hufai kutumia machine ama hufai kutengeneza machine yako kwa vile itakuja kuharibu hiyo chakula unatengeneza. For example, huwezi tumia plastic for cooling. Plastic yenyewe itachomeka na itaharibu chakula, si ndio? Also there's what's called the leaching of plastic into food. So you're not supposed to use plastic for handling very hot food, si ndio? So when you said there's a machine for processing, for roasting peanut, that machine cannot be from bao. So when we are certifying your product, we are considering, one, the use, who is going to use or who is going to consume that product, and how are they going to consume that product. So if the product is safe for consumption, we will definitely certify. There's no limitation as to why you should not be certified. But do you meet the right standards, and do you meet the safety requirements for that product? So ni muhimu. Hata ukitengeneza, ukiset up tu ka kiosk yako kidogo ama ka factory yako kadogo ya kutengeneza chakula, kutengeneza hizi vitu, consider what material are you using. Hata uruhusiwi kutumia, you are not allowed to use what you call mild steel for food processing. You are supposed to use stainless steel. Umeona kujikoni yetu tu yuko na ile stainless steel. Wangapi wako na sufuria ya steel hapa? Sufuria chuma tuko nayo sote, si ndio? Nani ameona sufuria imetengenezwa na ile chuma ya kutengeneza drum ya mafuta? Kuna mtu ako na hiyo sufuria kama hiyo? Come again? Can you take the mic to that side? I want to hear what he's saying. So as it goes there, what I'm saying is, hata kwa sufuria yako is either it's stainless steel or aluminium or non-stick. Sindio? Non-stick means it's coated so that the material of that product does not go into the food. Stainless steel, because stainless steel does not easily come off and mix with your food. Sindio? Aluminium, because aluminium ukiwekelea maji uanze kuchoma inajitengeneza such that it doesn't go to the food. Sindio? So what are you saying?
In high school, sometimes there will be that drum halfway, which used to be for ugali at times. And we saw the consequences. Sometimes the ugali would taste the chuma.
So it's not a good practice.
In terms of public health and safety, it's not conducive for the purpose.
Yes, definitely. It's not a good practice. So the point I'm driving is, what you are making or the equipment you're using should match what you are making. Sawa sawa. Kama unatengeneza chakula, nunua equipment that is safe for kutengeneza chakula. Sindio, I'm mixing English and Kiswahili because my Kiswahili is not okay. I'm trying my best to match the Swahili. So that is the point I was driving. So for my friend there, please, if you have any innovation, come to our office. We also have engineers in our office. Myself, I'm an engineer. You can come to our office. We discuss. We can guide you on how to go about it. Innovations have no limit. And as long as God has given us that brain that is very fluid and can be expanded to an extent, and we don't want to limit innovation. So come to our office. We discuss if there's any point you have that you feel you are being limited. we will make sure that that block is removed so that that innovation reaches the market. Sawa. So please walk to our office or even get any officer from our office, including myself, and talk to us. We will guide you on how to go about it. On the turnaround time, for certification, as per our service charter, we promise that for a new registration, if today you have applied for the first time for a product, we have promised to give you certificate by the end of 56 days, subject to some small conditions like your product complying to the requirements, you having the proper process, and complying to the inspection and certification criteria. Once you have complied with everything and you have paid, within 56 days or even earlier, we should give you the certificate. But we try our best to ensure that this time is even shorter. Sawa. So we try our best to make sure that this time is shorter. So even within 30 days, it's possible. Actually, for renewals, if you have been certified the first time and you're coming back next time, that next time we are making sure that within 30 days your certificate is renewed. So the renewal, the issuance of the certificate is 56, but we try our best to issue the certificate in a shorter period of time. The fourth question, this is the fifth question on potatoes. Yes, potatoes. Yeah, now KEBS has what we call laboratories where we do testing of this product. And the problem with this product mostly is the chemical that we use for either fertilizer or pesticides or those kind of chemicals. So what we do is we do test for the residual chemical in this product. And we have standards that describe for a certain product to be certified or to be acceptable, this should be the residual limit for any chemical. If it is heavy metal, for example, there should be no heavy metal. In every standard, you will find that this heavy metal, we should not find them. So when you hear of, for example, mercury should not be in any food product. And mercury is not added. It's normally absorbed from the soil, either through a fertilizer, things like that. So we have those requirements, and we can test. KEBS can test those requirements and make sure the potato you are using is safe for consumption. So once you have those products, you can come to our office, you request for testing, we can test for you. If you are value adding potato, for example, we have many customers who do frozen chips. Frozen potato. So what they do is they chip the potato and freeze it and sell it to the formal market. We even have them in Nakuru, and we help them to comply with these requirements. We test their product and certify them. So it's not doom and gloom. Come to our offices, seek those services, and ensure that your products are safe for consumption. The other thing that KEBS does not do is for control on the type of pesticide that is used that are acceptable in the country, that is now under the purview of another organization called the Pesticide Control Board, something like that. So that organization handles that aspect of pesticide. So KEBS does not regulate, but we do the testing for you so that to make sure that the product is safe for consumption. We also develop the standards that define what are the limits for any chemical in a product. MSMEs, regulation for MSMEs. KEBS has an office, a dedicated office called MSME office. This office works with small traders. The MSME is what you call micro, small, and medium enterprises. We offer subsidized services. Remember, testing a product is not a cheap affair because you use reagents, you use equipment, you use personnel. So testing a product is not a cheap affair. But what we do is when we charge a large manufacturer almost 63,800 for MSME, we charge them 11,100, and on top of it, we make it 3 products. So the 63,800 for the large manufacturer is the first 1 product. Wewe small manufacturer mwenye unakaranga njugu ama unatengeneza unafunga mayai, we are telling you later product 3 na kuja na 11,600. So this is tumepunguza mara ngapi? Kama mara 5 hivi, si ndio? So we are making the service cheaper for you. We also have incubation service. Once you come to us, we guide you on the standard. We tell you, by the way, this product inafaa kwa hivi na hivi na hivi. Your process unafaa kutengeneza hivi. We go with you along, all along until you have the final product through our MSME office. We have an MSME policy that targets the MSMEs in the market to make sure that they come into the formal market. Because at the end of the day, our target is to make sure that the product that we call made in Kenya goes everywhere. Sindio? Si wewe unataka ile kitu umetengeneza ingie kwa soko, iende outside the country, iende mpaka Tanzania iuzwe, sindio? Because you are a business person, that's the business you're doing. Your work is to sell. So we are telling you, come, let's help you sell your product to the formal market, because the formal market is bigger than like if, for example, kama uko na kiosk kwa your neighborhood. Your neighborhood may have 1,000 people, but can you imagine the size of Naivas or Walmart or those kind of supermarkets? So it's bigger. So you have a bigger chance of selling your products to more people. So that's what we are presenting to you people, that if you are an MSME, come to us, we guide you and we help you to make sure your product is compliant. So how do we regulate MSMEs? KEBS regulates the production, the value addition process of any product. But now, kama mtu akona ile, the trolley that we use for smocha and those things, KEBS doesn't, those products are supposed to be produced as per the standard, but we cannot do police work and chase them from the market. But we can encourage them, and we do put conditions in place to encourage those people to come to us, seek our service, we certify, help you to certify your product, and you put it and you sell it to the customers when it is safe for consumption and when it can also create value for the person who is selling. Sawa sawa. So that is how if you come across somebody who is selling a kiosk, who is selling mandazi, you can sensitize them and tell them, by the way, kuna watu huko Polo Center wanaweza kusaidia second floor. Ukienda huko, they can help you to take this from your kiosk to the supermarket. Sindio? It's better to sell in the supermarket than, I'm not discouraging the kiosk. I'm saying sell in both. Have your kiosk and also sell in the supermarket. Have the product in your kiosk as safe as the product in the supermarket. So that is how we can help MSMEs. On imported goods, KEBS has presence in all our entry points. That one, even KRA is there, KEBS is there, the agencies that are there at the entry point. And we make sure all the products that are coming into the country are compliant with the required standards, be it Kenyan standards or international standards. We also go as far as making business easy for business people and have contracted agents outside the country to do what's called PVOC, or pre-export verification of conformity. So if you are importing a product from China, for example, we have agents in China who can verify your product at the source and give you a certificate of conformity. You come with it at the point of entry, and then you allow your product into the market directly. So we have made the process of importing products easy into the country, but also we have also made sure that the products coming to the markets are compliant with the standard. But there's always a but, Cindy. Now, there are challenges all over. There are challenges of people now importing from Panya routes, from neighboring countries where maybe there are no inspection services. Even there are cases where people bring through these buses that come from Uganda. So these products are one substandard, and you should know as a seller what are the products you are selling. It's now the responsibility of the final people who is stocking that product to comply with this, with the law. See, they normally say ignorance is not a defense. Ndio, jua ni nini unauza na ile kitu unauza, does it comply with the requirement? That's why we also have what I call the market surveillance. We go to the market because at the end of the day, what is our target? Our target is to ensure we have safe products in the country, and the products we are making in the country are also safe for others. Ndio? So why would you accept wewe utengeneze kitu mzuri lakini mwingine akulete kitu mbaya? does it make sense for you that ile socket unatumia hapa ni mbovu, but ile socket imetengenezwa Kenya inaenda Uganda ama any other country is safe? Does it make sense? No, sindio? So make sure the product you are using is compliant. The product that you are selling is compliant. That's why you should always look out for the KEBS mark. Any product that is imported na imetoka nje, mtu akikuletea, we tell him nipatie pia sticker ya your product. Kama haina sticker, just reject it. The same thing happens to the supermarkets. They also don't accept products that are not KEBS certified. So kwa kioski yako usiuze kitu bovu. Sindio? Yes. Because the people who use those products are your neighbors and your locality, including yourself and your children. Yeah. So please make sure the product you are selling is KEBS certified. How do you make sure? One, if it's locally made, it has that what we call the standardization mark. Kuna hiyo logo ya KEBS na chini yake kuna namba imeandikwa. Si mtu anaweza jiandikia namba, lakini mtu hawezi weka hiyo namba kwa system ya KEBS, ndio?
Yeah.
So what you do is you just log into our website or you take your phone, hata kama uko na kabambe, you just take it, send that number, SM hash, vile imeandikwa tu hapo, send it to 20023. Na utapata feedback from KEBS immediately. Inakwambia hii product iko certified ama haiko certified. Kama haiko certified unafanya nini? So unarudisha.
Yeah.
Kama iko certified you use it. Yeah. So the number is 20023. Just take that number, send to 20023, and then it gives you a feedback of whether the product is certified or not. So don't sell a product that is not certified by KEBS. Because one, you are selling something that is, you don't know how safe it is to your people.
Yeah.
And two, when we come to your kiosk and we ask you the quality of your product, you will again have a problem with the law.
Yeah, true.
Sindio?
Yes.
Sawa. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Engineer Mohammed. Amejibu maswali yote vizuri. A round of applause for him. Thank you so much. Now let's get to Mr. Dennis. Let's take the shortest time possible. I'm being informed that there's another activity happening that we need to be a part of. So yes, let us wind up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. Maswali zetu ni mingi. Proper. And reading between the questions. Okay, first of all, thank you for raising up the questions. And you've been a very interactive audience. And something that nikiangalia the questions zile mnauliza, and the people were asking, ni kweli inaonyesha na KRA tuko na kazi ya kuja kwa ground kufunza watu. Kazi iko mingi. And let me first jump to a question that was asked by one of our sisters here. Eliza, how often KRA does tax education? We try our best to organize the tax education with the resources that tuko nazo. And the funny thing is that for us kuita into a tax education, lazima tukuwe na at least tumeinteract na we somewhere else. Kama hatuja interact na we ni ngumu kupata tumekuita for a tax education forum. So the easiest way huwa tuna encourage watu. You see the same way Kingdom Seekers and the Expo called KRA to their function. The same way you can do it. And the funny thing, they don't, for us to come and train you, we don't ask for a payment. Atulipishi. The tax education tunapeana ni for free. So what you can do, and at least that one, it's possible to handle every question. You see here, we're in a controlled environment. Tuko timed because we are in the middle of another activity. So it's possible for you to write to us the same way Kingdom Seekers wrote to KRA. You can do the same. You can write to KRA. Kutuambia tuko na certain group huwa tuna meet mahali fulani, kindly help us kufanya tax education. And with that tutakuja kwa ground tutawafunza for free. And the good thing with that one, tutaweza kujibu maswali specific ile nyinyi mko nayo. And we'll have enough time. Hatutakuwa controlled like we have right now. So let me try to answer the questions as fast as I can. And I hope I'll be able to answer them all. If I won't be able to answer your question conclusively, kindly visit our booth, pale kwa tent. And our booth is in the booth A42, kwa the first tent. That is the tent on ukitoka nje, to the left, sorry. Ukiingia hapo, look for tent A42, tutaweza kujibu a good number of the questions. So, a question that was asked by our sister Susan about company mpya ama mtu ameregister pin mpya, and alikuwa ana intend kufanya kazi lakini haikwenda vile alikuwa anafikiria. Now the good thing with KRA is hatuwezi kutax mahali kufanya kazi. However, shida ni whether or not umefanya kazi unastahili file returns, na usipo file kuna hiyo penalty nilisema. Na kwa mtu binafsi penalty ni 2,000 kila mwaka na kwa kampuni ile kwetu kuna pin mara mbili. Kuna pin zile zinaanza na A, hizo ni za mtu binafsi, na kuna pin inaanza na P, hizo ni za kitu tunaita non-individuals, hizo ndizo kampuni ama self-help groups. Hiyo pin ya P, penalty ukichelewa kufile kila mwaka ni 20,000 per year. And the 20,000 unachajiwa kwa sababu ya kutofanya kitu. It's possible kufanya within less than 5 minutes, just filing the return. Na kama hujui kujifailia, tuko na ofisi zetu ama huduma center, ingia pale na tutakusaidia kufile the returns. Same thing to one of us aliuliza hajui kufanya hesabu. What you are supposed to do the right thing on your side. The right thing ni ukiuza patiana the compliant receipt, ukinunua nunua na the compliant receipt. Then with that kuja kwetu tutakusaidia, tutakufunza vile utafanya hizo hesabu, na pole utaenda ukijua how to file ama how to do the computation, na mwisho utajisaidia we mwenyewe. It's something that I've done. Mtu anakuja ameanza biashara mpya, tunamfunza pole vile atasaidiwa kulipa ama kufile, na mwisho unaona amewacha kukuja kwa ofisi yetu. So kindly, whether or not umeanza kazi ama hujaanza, make sure the returns una file ipasavyo ku avoid the penalties. Someone, Christopher, aliuliza about mitumba, whereby unaenda kununua mahali upewi receipt. Kitu alisema ni yeye ni mfanya biashara mdogo na mahali anaenda kununua vitu hapewi receipt. For such small businesses, I recommend kindly get to turnover tax. Ukiingia turnover tax, the good thing na turnover tax inalipwa kwa sales zako. Si lazima ukuwe na the purchases. Purchases are not considered, and that is why the rate iko a bit less. Turnover tax ni 1.5% flat rate. However, ukienda kwa the regime that recognizes expenses ama purchases, inaweza toka from 0% all the way to 35%. So looking at that one, it's better for a small business to maintain turnover tax, pay the 1.5 na haina too much workload ama documents to be stored. Kuna someone is about selling with discount or to privileged groups. What KRA haingili biashara yako vile unaifanya. Same case to our sister aliuliza, kuna supermarket alienda na wako na receipt mbili. Kuna receipt ya employees na kuna receipt ya other customers. Na price ya customer sio same na price ya employees. Hiyo ni the supermarket choose kupatia employees wao discount for whichever reason. As KRA, we don't interfere with your business. Vile umeamua kufanya biashara, that's how we will treat you. And what we'll look for is your sales and the expenses if you are in the income tax regime. Same case to kina VAT and all that. How your business is performing, we don't get to there. If you choose to sell your products at a loss, sisi atuingili hapo. It's you who knows the reason why you are selling your products at a loss. Hapo we cannot interfere with you. We will only come in wakati inakuja kulipa taxes. Another question. Kuna mtu aliuliza ni wakati aliona kuna muhindi akilipa kitu anapatia na pin namba yake. Kuna two types of transaction that tunaweza kujua. One, kuna a business selling to a customer, ama biashara inauzia mtu anaenda kutumia hiyo kitu, ama biashara inauzia biashara nyingine. Wakati ni biashara inauzia biashara nyingine, kindly wewe ambayo ni the second business ni unauziwa, make sure umepatia na pin namba yako ndivyo ikuwe declared kwa hiyo receipt, kwa sababu usipo mwisho itakuja kukucost, because hiyo ni expense kwako, na if the pin is not there then haitakuwa captured as an expense to you, despite the fact that ni wewe ulilipa. But kama ni a business to a customer, basically like the way me and you go to, okay, I'm sure in the course of last week, in the course of this week, umeenda kwa supermarket.
Yes.
And ulinunua 1, 2, 3.
Very true.
And I'm sure hakupatia na pin yako. You're not doing anything wrong because you are the consumer. But if you were a business, you should have given your pin because it's something unaenda kuuza mahali kwingine. And you need the charges that you are charged by the supermarket to be recognized as part of your expenses. About penalties, yes, kitambo kulikuwa na hiyo waivers ikakuja ikaletwa na kulikuwa na amnesty ilikuja, but as per the current law, na insist current law tunajua mahali inatengenezewa. True. Even the waiver and the amnesty that I'm talking about is not KRA that came up with it. Sio kitu KRA ilikaa chini kaamua by this tumeana waiver. Ilitoka iliingia na sheria. And the same way hiyo sheria ilileta amnesty na ikasema amnesty itaisha hii time, is the same way the same amnesty or waiver can be introduced. The same way sheria ilitoa, the same way sheria inaweza ileta ndani, na ikileta ndani KRA will have no option other than to apply that. How to help SMEs kuadapt to teams and e-teams. KRA tumejaribu ipasavyo kusimplify about e-teams. Nimesema it's even possible for someone ana operate na kaduda, ile simu ndogo kabisa. It's possible for huyo mtu pia atakupatia na invoice mzuri na inakubalika. So what we have done ni kufanya simplification ya systems zetu, and on top and even far much easier. There is something that one of our brothers here ali mention about filing returns. Pia now tumefanya ikuwe more easier. It's possible, kuna services it's possible kufanya ukitumia au kaduda. Kwa mfano mtu anafanya na TOT, turnover tax, it's possible ama landlord analipa monthly rental income tax. It's possible for huyo mtu kufile return akitumia ako kaduda au kasemu kadogo. It's possible a file na alipe akitumia hako bila network. So what we have done is to simplify our systems as much as possible. On the same line, our brother kauliza how safe is kufile using WhatsApp, na kuna kitu inaletwa kama net payable. Filing with WhatsApp is very safe, but kuna shida moja. That filing iko dependent on kile your employer alifanya. Kwa that platform, there are two returns. Unaweza file as an employee ama nil. For nil, iko sawa. But when it comes to employment income, ukifile, iko dependent na kile employer wako alisubmit side yetu. So kama employer alisubmit the wrong information, then the return will have wrong information. Kwa mfano utapata, for some reasons, employer kuna mwezi alideclare that alikulipa 100,000, but the truth is alikulipa 50,000. The return ita reflect that one. Na finally itakutax on 100,000 instead of the 50,000 yenye unapata kama mshahara yako. So ukifile ikikuletea information pale kwa hiyo tax payable or net tax payable or something to pay about that figure, kuna 3 option. One, inaweza kuwa a zero, meaning wewe hakuna kitu unastahili kulipa na si hakuna kitu unastahili kurudishia. That's a zero. Ikuletea zero. Ikuletea a positive amount. Positive inamaanisha ni wewe unastahili kulipa. Ikikuletea negative amount, negative ni kumaanisha ni sisi tunastahili kurudishia refund. Kumaanisha employer aliku overtax. And the refund haikuji automatic. Lazima uapply for that refund. Na iko na conditions zake. Conditions zake ni ati employer lazima akue amelipa hiyo pesa unakuja kuapply kama refund. Lazima ikue employer already ashatulipa na ikue hauna deni ingine kwa system yetu. Then it's possible to apply for that refund. About collaborating with integrators. As KRA, yes, we have onboarded them. The wale watu wame apply to be an approved integrator. We have tried our best to approve them after wameenda through checks and balances, and wamehakikishwa the software they are coming up with into the market is valid kufanya kile iko intended to. So yes, it's true that there are so many misconceptions about teams and e-teams, and that is why what KRA is trying as much as possible to reduce the misconception of e-teams and trying to educate people on the same. So integrators, what they need to do, you can still help us on doing the same to other people. Try to educate them on that, and with that utakoki market your business. Same on the same line, wacha nishikanishe na kitu again. Someone aliuliza about kitambo kulikuwa na a point where KRA ilikuwa inapatia na opportunity utusaidia kufile return. That was around 2019, 2020 there. But somewhere along the way, that campaign came to a stop. Now, on the same, kuna another one imekuja juzi. Tunaita ushuru mashinani. Ushuru mashinani ni a campaign or a method. Let me use a bank. Kuna several bank in Nakuru. True? Tuchukue bank gani? A good example.
We can say Family Bank.
Family Bank. Family Bank. How many branches do they have in Nakuru? 2 or 3. But kuna so many points unaweza withdraw pesa yako. Same thing to Safaricom. Safaricom, they are very thinly distributed themselves, but ukitaka pesa yako ama kuregister SIM card ama any other thing, kuna so many. Hata ukitoka tu hapo nje kwa gate yako, hapo nje utapata kuna M-Pesa shop. You can do Safaricom services. The same thing KRA is trying to do it, whereby KRA is targeting to have what we call ushuru mashinani agents, whereby ni mtu wa cyber tunamchukua, tunamfunza, tunamequip with the necessary knowledge, and tunampatia system ambayo anaweza saidia nayo watu, and with that ako free kucharge how much ana charge. About charging, hapo tuingile kile tu tunakuja ni kumpatia ni knowledge, and also tunampatia a little bit of a competitive advantage against other people, whereby akona information na kuna system akitakuwa nayo ambayo wengine hawana. So the campaign is already out, and the moment if you are a cyber operator or you wish to be incorporated with that, kuna link already in circulation. Kindly register on that link and you might be selected to be part of the program. About county permits and taxes, there is a difference between levies and taxes. Taxes inakuja kutax your profit. The county fee is part of your expenses, so it's possible, it's okay to declare kama expenses and tutakutax on the profit. Exemption certificate about the PWDs is true. KRA gives exemption certificates to PWDs. However, kuna kitu moja people don't understand. Exemption certificate ni for to a natural person. I don't know how I can explain. A natural person ni mtu binafsi, mimi na wewe. Lakini kama uko na kampuni haiwezi pewa exemption certificate, because legally ama kisheria kampuni ni a person on himself. Na that person ama artificial person sio PWD. Ni wewe director PWD. So mtu anaweza patiwa exemption ni wewe mtu binafsi. And kitambo kuna a list of documents ulikuwa unatafuta, unakuja nazo to KRA office. Nowadays you don't come to KRA office, unaenda kwa NCBWD council, and wamerazisha their services whereby una apply through eCitizen, then kuna vile wanafanya initial assessment through the documents, then wana book appointment kufanyia physical exam. So for now, if you want an exemption certificate as a PWD, kindly go through NCPWD. NCPWD ndio finally watapatia na recommendation kwetu kukupatia exemption certificate. If on our side tuta approve, itakuletea kwa email. If we reject, tuta reject na kuambia imekuwa rejected on 1, 2, 3 reasons. The questions are a bit many. I hope I've handled a good number of them. Because of time, allow me to stop there.
Thank you so much.
But if I've not handled your question, kindly visit our tent. We are available until the expo is over. And if the question you have, siwe peke yako uko nayo, it's a group of people. The same way Kingdom Seekers and the Expo organizers wrote to KRA. Kindly just write a simple letter to us. Tell us mko mahali fulani na mngetaka kufundishwa on 1, 2, 3 items. Ukileta kwetu, tutakuja kwenu for free, tutawafunza, and at least with that one, hatutakuwa on borrowed time. Tuta handle all the questions that you have conclusively, and we'll be able to facilitate you. Finally, make sure you file your return kindly, because we have roughly 9 weeks to go. File your returns, avoid your penalty at 2,000. Kama ni company, avoid the 20,000. File your return, and at least right now we have made it easier for nil filers and deployment. It's possible to file na either WhatsApp, like our friend was saying. It's possible to file through WhatsApp or using USSD code. USSD code is accessible through whichever phone that you have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. A round of applause for Mr. Dennis, or as many of you have called him, Mr. Taxman. He has done a good job, right? We are now better educated on matters, taxes, and e-teams. Ai, mbona tuna confidence hapo imeshuka kidogo, si ndio? Maswali bado iko? Don't worry, wako hapo hivi nje kwa tent. Umesema A42, right? The tent on our left. So you can go if you have any questions, you get your answers there, okay? Now we're going to move on to the next thing in the program. There's a lot happening in the expo. Make sure that you visit the booths. We're going to have MC Kingori taking us through, the ones who are viewing, the ones who are listening to us, ataonyesha around. And then, we are getting ready for the next program, but for now, this is the end of our KRA and KEBS info session. Thank you so much for coming and for choosing to be with us this beautiful afternoon. They've done a good job. A round of applause. Thank you so much. So we're going to proceed to the next things that are happening in the expo. Make sure that you make a contact or two. You never know, the next business transaction you make will start here. Sindio? So let us interact, let us talk, let us form businesses, let us, as a business community, wacha tukuje pamoja. If you're not yet in business, this is a reason for you to think about business in a serious way. So, I would like for us to invite Pastor Joseph humbly so that we can finish this particular event with a word of prayer. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Joseph.
We can rise up and pray. Hallelujah. Our dear Heavenly Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you. We honor your name. Thank you, King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, O God. For the Bible says in Deuteronomy 8:18 that, Lord, you are the one who teaches our hands to make wealth. Our Father, we thank you for you are continuing, O dear, to teach us, O dear Father, how we are going to use our hands to make wealth. Thank you, dear Father, even for the facilitators of this forum. We bless your holy name, O dear Lord, for your guidance. Even for this session that we have had with our educators in KEBS and KRA, we bless your holy name. Thank you even for the facilitator from MBCI TV and radio. We bless your holy name. Thank you, Father, even for the session that is going, kicking off from this time. We pray, dear Lord, that you are going to enable us, oh dear Father, even to learn more. We bless your holy name even for the good weather. May you continue, oh dear Lord, to helping us, oh my Father, even to understand. Let our mind, oh dear Father, be enlightened by your light. That, Father, we may be able to make wealth, oh God, the wealth that will bring glory to your name. We thank you and we honor your name. Thank you for everything. And this is a prayer of faith. We pray with thanksgiving in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Yes, so you can proceed to the tents. Remember, this is the kingdom.